refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back with another episode. And today, we got the second round. I'm only doing the second round because I want to enjoy the draft myself, but I did have fun last night, so I did want to cover the second round of the NFL draft. So, we are here today. Before we do that, just a little talk about last night, man. Again, thank you for everybody that showed up. Thank you for Kev. Thank you for Coach Coombs. Thank you for all the guests, Mark, Tomo, Big O, Griffey, Trent, Ace, my boy Luke. Feel like I'm missing two. I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting y'all right now. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing two. I feel so bad. But appreciate everybody that came through, supported their team, reacted to their pick. Appreciate everybody that commented. But I can't wait to see what the second round brings, man. I'm really here for it because the Ravens pick at 45 as well. And I'm super excited for the Ravens pick at 45. But please like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps the network. Helps my channel, Carl Talking College, which is the reason why I'm doing the NFL draft is because these players are transitioning from college to the NFL. Now, we do got some guys on the board that did not get picked last night. Some guys like Cassius Howe did not go first round last night. Some guys like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety out of Toledo, did not go first round last night. Jermon McCoy did not go first round last night. He got injury concerns. I say he like Will Johnson of last year to me. Avion Terrell did not go first round last night. Colton Hood did not go first round last night. So we got picks. Some people had Zion Young going first round. Some people didn't. The edge rusher from Missouri. So it's an exciting day. It's an exciting day for sure. Some teams might get a quarterback in the second round. Some teams might go get a lineman. Some teams might go get an edge rusher. And it is now 7 o'clock. So with that being said, we have the 49ers are still on the clock. Shout out to Dave. He said he could not make it. As you know, the 49ers traded out of their first round pick, just like Dave told me that they probably would. I would have O-line going to the 49ers. But again, shout out to Dave. He said they don't really go after O-line. So I do have a pick here for the 49ers. I do have them going Cassius Howe, the edge rusher from Texas A&M. The commissioner's at the podium. I don't think he's announcing the pick. I'm just thinking he's announcing that the second round of the draft is resuming. I did hear rumors that the 49ers are looking to trade back on this pick yet again. I've also heard rumors that, and I don't know if this is going to have anything to do with the second round or even day two, but the Giants are looking to trade Kayvon Thibodeau. I guess now that they got Arvell Reese, they drafted Abdul Carter last year. They already had Brian Burns and Thibodeau, so that's 4 edge rushers right there because, again, Arvell Reese wants to be an edge rusher. So they're probably thinking, let's max the value, for Kayvon Thibodeau because they traded for Brian Burns and they spent the first round on Abdul Carter last year. So let's get the max value for Kayvon Thibodeau as we can and try to get something that helps the team with that pick if they get a pick this year or next year. Forgot Denzel Boston did not go in the first round yesterday. He's still available. I saw a lot of people saying that the Ravens should get him at 45. I want a receiver at 45. I don't care. Denzel Boston, Chris Brazil, Jacoby Lane. Even Chris Bell. One of those four, set for the day. And then at 80, pick third round pick at 80. What I tell my boy on Twitter? I think I told him let's get Jacoby Lane at 45. I think I said Michael Trigg at 80 and then Logan Jones at 105. And I'm good. Oh, 115, excuse me. Yeah, I said Lane or Brazil at 45, Trigg at 80, Logan Jones at 115. And I'm solid. I'm good. I'm good as a Ravens fan. So if we can see some type of variance in that, I'm good. I'm definitely good with that. But the 49ers are on the clock. Let's talk about some picks yesterday. Some likes and dislikes. Love the Jets. The Jets cooked yesterday. Oh my God, did the Jets cook? They went number 2 overall, David Bailey. I almost called him David Reese. Almost combined 2 names. David Bailey. Then at 16, they went Kenyon Sadiq, which they had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, didn't like it at first. I'm like, dog, get Garrett Wilson some actual help at the receiver position. But then they trade back in at 30. Didn't really cost them much, and they got Omar Cooper Jr. to help Garrett Wilson. So love what the Jets have done so far. I would give them an A+ all the way. And there's still some corners. There's some corners on the board. Now, I don't know where the Jets are picking right now. I don't know if they're in the top 10 or 11 in the second round. They are not, because I did the first 11. So they are not in the top 10 or 11. So they may miss out on some of them first round corners that dropped to the second round. But what they've done so far is A+. Now, dislike, I'll do like, dislike. So dislike the Cardinals. I dislike the Cardinals pick. Don't dislike the player. I said this yesterday. I dislike the pick. I love the player, dislike the pick. Just felt like at 3, getting a running back when you have backs. Now, granted, James Conner's not the youngest. He's not. Trey Benson, very young, very solid. And they just got Tyler Algier in free agency. I just don't get why get Jeremiah Love there. I would have loved R2L Reese, somebody to help the defense. I would have even loved a Sonny Styles or even if Caleb. You got Buda Baker, Caleb Downs. That'd be dynamic too high. I wouldn't have did it, but I'd have liked it more than Jeremiah Love. I would have understood it more. I would have understood. Nah, because I like Marv. I think maybe coming to his own. And Michael Wilson, my Lord, with Jacoby Brissett, Michael Wilson took off. Shout out to him. Liked him at Stanford. I was happy he took off. And then Trey McBride at tight end. He had another great year. Last year, before the great year, he had a good year. And yardage only scored 2 touchdowns. This year, he was able to do both, score touchdowns and get a ton of yards. So the offense outside of like the top 2 receivers in the tight end, I feel like is pretty solid. So I wouldn't have seen a receiver there. If they wanted to go O-line, I'd have definitely saw that though. But Jeremiah Love, I just didn't like the pick. So another obviously, the Baltimore Ravens. Seeing a lot of Ravens fans complaining, oh, Ruben Bain was there. Why did you go? Why you ain't get Ruben Bain? Yeah. No, shut up. Did not like it. Oliver Vega, Ione was the pick. You complained about the O-line for multiple years, especially last year, myself included. And now you have the chance to protect your best asset, which is Lamar Jackson. You're crying because we didn't go DN, who we just paid Trey Hendrickson. Are y'all stupid? This is why fan bases get people fired, because people listen to fan bases. Bruh, y'all don't even know what y'all want. You cried about the O-line. We get an O-line. No, but we could have got Ruben Bain. You just signed the edge rusher. What are you talking about? So for those Ravens fans, please be quiet. But to the real Ravens fans, like my boy Chris, my boy Coach Rail on Twitter. I mean, from the same area. He went to St. I went to Flowers. I know him, but Coach Rail, talked to him on Twitter. The real Ravens fans love the pick. Now, another dislike, the Vikings. You serious? Caleb Banks, he might be a solid player, but was he gone? Was he not going to be there in the second round? Let's see what the Vikings pick in the second round. Real quick. Let's see what they pick in the second round. The Vikings, if they even have a second round pick. But the Vikings, you go and get Caleb Banks, who was probably going to be there anyway, and you skip on a safety who's rangy, who's a ball hawk, who plays the run lanes, and Dylan Thielman, who almost everybody had y'all mock getting, which would have been an excellent pick. And not only that, he then goes to the Bears, who are in your division. So now you got to see him twice a year. Very much dislikable. I don't know what they were thinking, but hey, I'm not a Vikings fan, so I don't really care. But in terms of the subject we're talking about, dislike, the Vikings had 17th pick in this round, so they could have got him here in the second round. But we move on. Another the Eagles. First of all, salute the Eagles for screwing over the Steelers. Anytime you screw over the Steelers, you okay in my book. But then not only that, you steal Mekhi Lemon at 20. Mekhi Lemon shouldn't have been there at 20, but you still him at 20. And now you're getting assets back because all the writings on the wall that AJ Brown is gone. So, love that for the Eagles. Excuse me. I felt like I had to sneeze again. I don't know if I have another dislike though. Love the Cowboys, what they did. Got an edge rusher. They helped screw over the Steelers, and they got Caleb Downs. You gotta love that. They definitely helped their defense out. Bucks pick was really good. Ruben Bain at 15 was definitely great value there. Let's see, the Texans, they went O-line. Love to see that. The Browns going Spencer Fano at tackle to protect Shador's blind side, and then going and get Casey Concepcion, a nice receiver threat from both NC State and Texas A&M to help put that. Well, let me not say Shador because we don't know. Maybe Deshaun Watson might get that spot. Who knows? To help the Browns offense. So I did like what the Browns did. They don't need to help the defense. The defense has already been solid for years. You need to improve on that offense, and they did a great job doing that. And the Browns have like a top 10 pick in the second round, so they could still get another lineman. I have them getting Chase Bissanis if he's still available. The guy that played tackle and moved to guard. You could play both. You lose your guard and Wyatt Teller. I think Joel Bitonio is still a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure that he didn't get signed out of nowhere, and I didn't see it. But I believe Joel Bitonio is still a free agent. He's also 34 years old. He is. Did he retire? Wait, hold on. I just saw something about retirement. Oh, the 49ers pick is in, by the way, so they're not trading it. Shout out to Dave. No, he's still unsigned. He is still unsigned, and I don't see anything about retirement. I saw something like a headline that he might be retired, but I don't see anything. Yeah, he's just unsigned right now. So as of right now, they lost both their guards in Bitonio and Wyatt Teller. So hold on. Don't spoil. Okay, hold on. With the 33rd pick in the 33rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the 49ers. As Riley Green just homered. Shout out Riley Green, the Tigers. The San Francisco 49ers select Dejon Stribling, wide receiver, Ole Miss. Maybe some better receivers on the board. We'll say this. Denzel Boston's still on the board. Thought he might go in front of him. Chris Brazil. I love Chris Brazil. He's a better vertical threat. And Dejon Stribling's so nice, too. He's also 6'2". Oh, 6'2". Didn't even know Dejon Stribling was that tall. But Dejon Stribling is the receiver that came over from Ole Miss from Oklahoma State, who had a pretty solid year at Oklahoma State there, too. And he ended up with what did that say? 811 yards? Yep. Could stretch the field. Did really well playing beside Caden Lee and with Trinidad Chambliss at quarterback. Could stretch the field. He runs solid routes. He gets open. He can use his body to get open. As you can see, right, I'm not even looking at the highlights when I explain this, but as soon as I look at the highlight, they show a hitch. So, like I said, he could get open. He could create yards after the catch. He could break some tackles, make people miss. So, I think the 49ers like this pick with Brock Purdy. Now, there are also questions with Brandon Ayuk, whether he will, is he playing with them? Will they move him? Will he walk? Will he say? It's a lot of questions behind Brandon Ayuk for sure. So, with this pick, I love it. Now, like I said, I thought they would go edge, help the defense out because the defense was battered and bruised all year last year, just injury after injury. But I think Dejon Stribling will add to this receiving core, especially because Jawan Jennings is still unsigned. He's still an unsigned free agent. They lost Debo last year to the Commanders in the trade. Don't know what they're gonna do with Brandon Ayuk. So right now, their receiver core, it looks like Ricky Pearsall. Is Kendrick? Y'all still got Kendrick Bourne? I don't know how long he was there for. Appreciate you, Dave. Let me know, Dave. Y'all still got Kendrick Bourne or Demarcus Robinson? But this definitely helps the receiver core a lot, which they do need help at that receiver position. So love the pick for them. I think he's definitely going to help attack the field. I think he's going to win on third downs. I think he's going to do a lot to help this Kyle Shanahan offense. I think I said Sean McVay like an idiot, but Kyle Shanahan. Kendrick Bourne is now with the Cards. Appreciate you. And I appreciate you for not spoiling. But the Cardinals pick is in, like he said. And they do have DeMarcus Robinson. So love the pick for them. The Cardinals pick is in. Now for the Cardinals, I had them getting D tackle and Caden McDonald. But who knows where the Cardinals go. They went running back yesterday. Felt like they didn't need to. And so we'll see. Maybe they go old lineman. But who is this walking to the stage picking for them? Is James Conner? I think James Conner is picking for them. He played in Pittsburgh. I think he's picking for them. But the pick is in and he's walking to the stage. And with the 34th pick, in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Chase Pasantis, Texas A&M. So this is where I thought he might go yesterday in my mock draft. I thought he might go to the Eagles because of the versatility. I know the Eagles like stuff like that. But not really mad at this. I think the Arizona does need help on the O-line. And with Jacoby Brissett, he's not the most mobile. He's not necessarily. He basically is borderline a statue, if we're being real. But he has the versatility. Like I said, he played tackle before moving to guard. Didn't allow a sack last year. He was really good with his hands. Really good at pass protection. I had some notes on him too. I had some notes from my mock draft. I said that Chase Pasantis is he moved to guard. He's really strong and has real good balance, and he could climb to the second level. He's really good at climbing to the second level. So I like the pick. You go drafted Jeremiah Love. You expect Jeremiah Love to reach the second level a ton. You expect him to possibly break some home runs. So why not help get a guy who can help block at that second level, get the linebackers to help spring Jeremiah Love for some long runs, being that he is there now. So I like the pick. I do like the pick. And now the Buffalo Bills are on the clock. And the Buffalo Bills traded back twice, maybe even 3 times yesterday to get to the second round. So they felt like the guy that they wanted would still be on the board. Oh, wait, I forgot Taron Johnson left. Ooh, they lost a lot. AJ Espinoza left. Ooh. So I originally had the Bills getting a receiver. I had them getting Omar Cooper Jr., which the Jets took yesterday in the first round. I have them either taking receiver or edge. I can see them taking Denzel Boston here, believing that, wow, Denzel Boston is still here. That's crazy. I can see them taking Cassius Howell here, thinking, wow, Cassius Howell is here. That's still crazy. So I can see them going to one of those 2 players, but can also see them going Jacob Rodriguez. Because not for nothing, they have 2 linebackers I really like, and Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano, but they be injured like a mug. They dealt with a lot of injuries, especially Matt Milano. Man, Matt Milano be injured so much. He's so good, but they just be so hurt. So why not try to get you another guy that's very, very good at the linebacker position, Jacob Rodriguez. He's very versatile, playing coverage, see ball, get ball. He was defensive player of the year in college. So why not try to go get something like that? I'm interested to see where R. Mason Thomas goes as well. Excuse me. Pass rush out of Oklahoma, because he's really good as well. But he did deal with some injuries last season. But I love R. Mason Thomas. I tell people all the time, that was like my sleeper in the draft. I don't know why he was ranked like the 11th best pass rusher. But the Bills is walking to the podium. I don't know who this is by look. Is this a GM or something? Like I said, I don't know who this is, but was this Jim Kelly? No, I don't think that's Jim Kelly. But the Bills pick is in. Where is my voice? Here we go. The Bills pick is in. Oh, I don't know who this is. Shane Conlon. Shout out to you. Look like you played for the Bills before. Don't know what that is. But the Bills pick is in, and they're finally going to use it, and I'm interested to see how they use it. But with the 35th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Bills select T.J. Parker, defensive end, edge, whatever you want to say, out of Clemson. Now, funny because the Bills, they're not my ops for real. I just like the Bills on how they did Tyrod Taylor with Nathan Peterman. That was a situation. Story for another day. But they go to Clemson, and I'm a South Carolina, Michigan State fan, whatever you want to say, but I just like Clemson. But Clemson's T.J. Parker is a guy coming into this preseason, well, last year's preseason, so the 2025-2026 preseason, who was projected to be a top 5, top 6 pick. Okay? That's the top 5, top 6. Top 5, top 10. Excuse me. And his production dipped this year. I can't lie. But I don't know if everybody at Clemson dipped. Like the whole program dipped this year. That was the team that was projected to go to the national championship, win the ACC, and they barely made a bowl game. So I don't want to put T.J. Parker dipping on just T.J. Parker because the whole organization did not live up to snuff. But T.J. Parker is a speed rusher who can get to the quarterback. He's really good using his arms, keeping guys up off of him. I love the T.J. Parker pick here. He was a guy that could have went first round, ended up getting him 3 picks into the second round. I think he's a guy that can help that 3-4 defense. I think they're going to use Greg Rousseau more so as so if you know 3-4 is 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. I think he's going to be the 4th guy on the line, but as a linebacker. So I think T.J. Parker here, great pick. I think he's going to help put some pressure on that defense. Put some pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Again, he gets guys off of him. He does a really good job against the quarterback. That's his thing. Like he was really good at getting to the quarterback. I don't think he led the league. He didn't lead the country in sacks the year before. That was Donovan Izoroku. But pretty sure I want to say he was a double-digit guy his second year, which was not his second year, his junior year, the year before last. But again, production slipped, but so did everybody at Clemson. Like Cade Klubnik didn't play as well. They didn't really have a running back. They started using Adam Randall a little bit towards the end. Defense wasn't as great. Peter Wood slipped. So, yeah, he was an 11 sack guy in 2024. So, yeah, man. I love the pick here. Love the pick. So, next, we have the Houston Texans on the clock. Hold on. Let me see. Shout out my boy Kev. He said, I like the 49ers pick. I still believe Bell is the best left, but not mad at that pick at all. I don't think Chris Bell the best left. I know you like Chris Bell a lot. I like Chris Bell too. I think Chris Bell tough. And then when I found out he was 6'2", that made me like him more, but I still like Chris Brazil. I still like Jacoby Lane. I still like, right now, Denzel Boston. I think Denzel Boston drives me kind of crazy, but I ain't mad at you for thinking that. The Texans on the clock. If I'm the Texans, I might drive just straight online. No funny. Chase Bisontis was a place that the Texans can go to, could have went to. They went Caleb Lomu last night. No. That was the Patriots. The Texans went. Where did the Texans go last night? Let me pull it back up. The Texans, I know they went O-line, but it wasn't Caleb Lomu. It wasn't Max, because Max went to Pittsburgh. The Texans went Keelan Rutledge. So Bisontis wasn't going here. Keelan Rutledge, the guard from Georgia Tech, which I was hoping drops. But once we got Vivega, it was like, I don't care anymore. But I started to see people mock Keelan Rutledge in the first round. I thought it was a smokescreen thing because I love Keelan Rutledge. And I thought high of him, but I didn't think others thought high of him. But it wasn't smokescreen. Now with the Texans, you could go O-line. You could go Caden McDonald at D tackle. I mean, the defense was great last year, but who wouldn't want a run stuffer? So other than that, do I think they go receiver? No, they went a receiver a ton last year. They like Nico. They got Tank maybe because Tank Dell, you don't know, but I think Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel, they'll step up. They were rooks last year, and I think Jaden Higgins had some games. I think it's too early to go tight end. So yeah, this got to be O-line. I just don't know who they would go here. But we'll see. I don't think they go running back. I think running back is kind of too high. Maybe, man, unless they go Mike Washington, maybe from Arkansas, who transferred from Buffalo the year before. Like Mike Washington, he got some speed. He did fumble against Memphis. That fumble against Memphis lost him the game. That was crazy. But he could get short yardage. He also has breakaway speed at the running back position. But the Texans pick is in. The Texas pick is in. And who is this picking for the Texans? I don't know who this is. It's another older guy, but shout out to you picking for the Texans. Billy Miller. I don't remember him either. But with the 36th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Caden McDonald. There we go. D tackle, Ohio State. Like I said, Caden McDonald, the pick here. The defense was already outstanding, but why not get you a D tackle that can stuff the run? He's big. He's good at shedding blocks. He's good. I think he could two gap. He could hold a guy, see where the ball is going, shed, get to the ball carrier. So I love the Caden McDonald pick. Help to bolster up this run defense. Now, getting to the quarterback, it's going to take some time. But defensively against the run, I think bruh is going to be really what the Texans need. I think he's going to keep guys off of his linebackers. I want to say Henry Toto and Shire's not there. Yeah, it's still Aziz Shire, right? But I know Henry Toto's still there. But I think Aziz Shire is there as well. It's going to keep guys off the linebackers. I love the Caden McDonald pick for the Houston Texans. Shout out to him finally getting his name called on draft day. Oh, I did not change. Wait, what? Oh, did the Texans trade? Yeah, they traded. Hey, I gotta find the trade details because I'm like, hold on. I just looked and it said Raiders on the clock. Exactly. I think there was a good pick too. So there was a trade. I gotta go find it. So now because the Texans traded with oh no, I'm on the first round. My fault. It might not have been a trade. I'm on the first round. But the Giants are on the clock. Oh, no, there had to be a trade because I had the Raiders. So let me go find it real quick. I did these joints in order. Those edges collapsed the pockets. Exactly. With Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, which Will Anderson got paid. Shout out to Will Hunter. But let me go try to find this daggone trade real quick. Okay. Oh, shout out Javi Baez. So here's the trade. The Texans trade up to number 36 and receive also pick 117. The Raiders get pick 38, so they only move back 2 spots. And they also get pick number 91. So they move up into the third. They get the Texans' third round pick. So that's the details. Raiders move back to 38, but they also get 91. Texans receive 117, and they moved up to get Caden McDonald at 36. Second round looking so sweet already, so much talent. Exactly. That's why I fired up the pod to talk about the second round because it's still a lot of good players left, and I wanted to talk about it. So that's why I fired up the pod. But there goes the trade. So I was looking like, hold on, bro. I got the Raiders right here. So somebody traded. So I did the first 11, and now I gotta rechange some of these joints as we get later on. But shout out Caden McDonald for going to the Texans. They're gonna love him. So next, like I said, we have the Giants on the clock. The Giants had 2 picks in the first round yesterday. They took Arvell Reese at number 5, and they took Francis Mauga, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, at 10. So they went O-line, they went edge, which is the reasons why there's trade talks with Kayvon Thibodeau out there. The Giants, where do the Giants go next? That is a good question. Can they finally go receiver? So many talented receivers on the board. I think that's the answer. I think the answer is go receiver here. Take that back. Discredit everything I just said. They're going corner. The Giants are going cornerback here. A lot of fans are not fond of Deonte Banks, which I'm very disappointed in Deonte Banks myself. Can't lie. They lost Cordell Flott to, I believe, the Raiders in the offseason. Now, Drew Phillips, he had some games for the Giants. He did. But I think they go cornerback here with all that talent left. Colton Hood, Avion Terrell, Brandon Cisse. I'm missing one. Not Jamal. I mean Jamal McCoy as well, but they need a guy who's going to play right now. And McCoy got different type of injury concerns. I think the Giants go corner here. Excuse me. I think the Giants go corner here. Now, which corner? I think Avion Terrell comes off the board. Sorry, mouth getting dry. I think Avion Terrell comes off the board. Now a lot of people are scared of Terrell because of his frame, but that boy is sticky in man coverage. Very good man coverage corner. He did get caught with his eyes in the backfield a little bit, but I think he'll be fine there. And I don't think he's the best tackler, but I will say he's not afraid. Like, he'll try, but he ain't the best tackler. But I think Avion Terrell comes off the board here at 37 to the Giants as they're walking to the podium. Let's see here. Who is this? Is that Victor? I can't really tell. I got my phone on like the small screen, so I can't really see the details of it because I'm trying to find what happened in trades and stuff like that. So I can't really see who this is. I want to. That's not Victor Cruz. Who is this? I don't know who this is, y'all. But they did go corner. They didn't even show who announced it. I was waiting for them to show so I can give them his proper respects. But with the Giants go Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee. They went Colton Hood, who's another man corner, who can press and run. He's really good at man corner, got good hips, plays defense, good ball skills. As shoot, his first highlight they show is a pick, but definitely has good ball skills. Like I said, probably one of the better. I won't say one of the better. I think Maxwell Delaney is the best at every aspect of man coverage here. But he's one of the better press man corners in the draft. So Colton Hood to the Giants, really, really great value pick at 37 because this is a guy who is projected to go mid to late first round. You get him 5 picks into the second round. It's a great addition to the Giants defense. I love what the Giants are doing. Well, the last 2 picks. The Arvell Reese one, we'll see. I'll leave our we'll see on it. But love the pick here. Colton Hood. Figured they'd go cornerback, and they took Colton Hood. So we have next on the clock, the Houston Texans. No. This is the Raiders. This is the Raiders now. This is the Raiders. Hold on. Let me just do this because I was about to retype it when I can just swap it. So we have the Houston Texans on the clock. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders on the clock now because of the trade with the Houston Texans. Now, the Raiders, did they have a first pick yesterday? I don't think the Raiders had a first-round pick yesterday. Oh, yeah, they did. They had Mendoza. Duh. That was a slow moment. Sorry about that. They selected Mendoza. Now, they got a quarterback that they can see themselves with in the future. They had Ashton Genty last year, so they got their running back that they can see themselves with in the future. They have some solid. This is a receiver position to me. The Raiders are taking Denzel Boston here, in my opinion, at pick 38. And that's why they moved back. Because they figured the Giants was going to get a corner. The Texans wanted their guy, so they weren't afraid of the Texans. I think that the Raiders pick right here is Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. And with the 38th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders, pick announced by Matt Millen. The Raiders select. Man, let me know what they selected, Matt Millen. I think it's Denzel Boston. He's drawing it out. I don't know what he's saying because, phone on mute for copyright purposes. I thought the pick was. I thought I was running late, letting y'all know that they were selecting, but I guess not. And then the Browns are next, and I think the Browns are going O-line here too. But the Raiders select, my Lord, Matt Millen. Never mind, they go Trayden Stoops, safety, Arizona. This is very surprising, but it is the Raiders, so I shouldn't be surprised. They didn't go Genesis Smith, who's also on that defense. They went Trayden Stoops, who third team AP All-American. Shout out to him. He could play in the nickel, as you see in the first couple highlights. Genesis Smith was the rover, so he's more of the Trayden Stoops was more of the box safety. Plays good coverage. As you can see right here, they blitzed him. think he's a solid cornerback, man. Oh, he was all first team all Big 12. Did not know that. But yeah, solid safety, box safety, probably gonna be in the nickel corner, or maybe a box safety for the Raiders. Who knows? We'll see what they do. But I am surprised about this pick. I'm not gonna sit in front and act like I'm super happy about this pick or like I love this pick. I'm not that stoked about it, to be completely honest. I think they should have went receiver here. Yeah, 7 picks, 21 pass breakups, 11 and a half tackles for loss at college. Again, like I said, he was nice at Arizona, but I don't know if that's the pick for me. I think you get Kirk Cousins to Fernando Mendoza some help on throwing the football. Now I get it. They got Trey Tucker, deep threat, speedster. They got they just signed somebody in the offseason. Let me double check it. Raiders. Oh, I got me for free agency. They signed somebody and I can't think. So I know they traded Jacoby Myers midseason last year. Oh, maybe they didn't. I thought they signed a receiver. I guess I was wrong. I thought they did. Oh, Quay Walker, linebacker. Okay, but I didn't have him going linebacker anyway. So the new signings, they signed Kirk Cousins, Spencer Buford, Connor Hayward, the tight end, which don't really play tight end. I must say he's like a fullback. He was a tight end at Michigan State. Jalen Naylor, that's who they signed. Jalen Naylor, but that's still, I love Jalen Naylor, Michigan State guy. Not enough in my opinion. So I would have loved the receiver here, but shout out to them. They got their box safety, maybe nickel corner that they like. So can't be mad at it there. I'm trying to see their receiving core. Where's the depth chart? There we go, depth chart right here. Oh, it's not out because it's a new season. So I literally have to try to filter it by position. Okay, that's fine. Well, since we're here by position, let's look at cornerback. So, they got Teron Johnson. Teron Johnson's the nickel from the Bills. Okay, so I guess they're gonna use him as a box safety because Teron Johnson's a nickel. Eric Stokes, I do like Eric Stokes. I know they ain't planning on putting Teron Johnson outside. Oh, I thought they got Cordell Flott. That's somebody else. So okay, maybe they put Teron Johnson outside. He's a nickel, but maybe I don't know. It looks like they're gonna use him as a box safety. Now at the receiver position, let's look at the receiver position. The Las Vegas Raiders at wide receiver had Philip Dorsett, which man, he just never caught. Jack Beck, which I like Jack Beck. He was a second round pick last year, I believe. Second round out of TCU. Maybe he might step into a bigger a role. Jalen Naylor, they got free agency. Dante Thornton, which he's also their second round guy. He's supposed to be another deep vertical guy, and Trey Tucker. So, okay, maybe they say we like our receiving core. Let's get us a box safety. Okay, I could kind of see it. I still like Denzel Boston and have them compete for, but I can see it a little bit more now. I can see it. Okay. It's coming. It's coming to me a little bit. He's going to be a box safety. Maybe they kick Teron Johnson outside, bring him down in the nickel, different packages, different formations. Who knows? But I can see it. He's a versatile guy. But the Browns are now on the clock. And with the first round picks that the Browns got last year, again, they went Spencer Fanu to protect the quarterback's blind side, whoever they may be. And they went and got Casey Concepcion to give the Browns some more firepower. Now, to me, obviously, the Browns are going to go back to the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side, solid as a rock. So they don't really need help there. The pick is in for the Browns. I would like a tackle here. I just don't know who though. Like all the tackles, in my opinion, are gone. Maybe Gunnar Dennings, maybe here, maybe. His name is Jennings Dunker. I called him. I called him what Gunnar Dunning. So mixed the ends of his name. My fault. Maybe that's all I can see. But with the 2026, 39th pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Cleveland Boston. I receive. It's about daggone time, and I cannot say this enough. I hate this as a Ravens fan, but as a fan of football, I love this for the Browns. They are getting their quarterback, whoever it may be, some help. And this is a guy who can win one-on-ones, who can stretch the field vertically, who can get you yards after the catch, who can make contested catches, as you can see right here. First play against Iowa. Man is an animal. Denzel Boston is an animal. I think Denzel Boston also went crazy in the bowl game. I forgot who Washington played in the bowl game, but I think he went. Was it Boise State? I want to say it was Boise State, and they went crazy. But Denzel Boston is like that. He's a guy I think that's going to be really good on third downs for Shedeur or Deshaun Watson. Really good getting behind the defense. And they're going to let Casey Concepcion work the short term intermediate. I love the Denzel Boston picking, even though Denzel can work all three levels of the field as well. But I love the pick here. Let's look at the Washington Huskies bowl game. I want to say they played Boise State and they destroyed. Yeah, they won 38-10 against Boise State. And in said bowl game, Denzel Boston had 6 catches for 126 yards and 1 touchdown in that game. So went absolutely ballistic in that bowl game. I love the Browns pick. Hate it as a Ravens fan. But the Chiefs, they are back on the clock. And there's a lot of receiver talent out there for the Chiefs as their pick is in. And with the 40th pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select. I'm probably going to receiver here too, I think. But who though? They like guys like Zachariah Branch. I wouldn't be surprised if that's him, but I don't think so. But Andy Reid loves guys like Zach. No, they go R. Mason Thomas. No! The Chiefs steal another guy I like. First it was George Karl Loftus. Now it's R. Mason Thomas. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, he's an explosive, relentless pass rusher, man. And I don't know if y'all seen this, but he got some speed on him too. I believe that was Tennessee. He took a fumble to the crib like 60, 70 yards. Man is an explosive pass rusher. He's going to get to the quarterback. He's very relentless in doing so. He get offensive tackles hands up off of him. He plays violent. Man, I love R. Mason Thomas's game, man. I love his game. Look at this. Get your hands up off me. Right to the quarterback. Man, he's so talented. And he gets the ball. Oh, my God. I need them to show that return against Tennessee. I think that was R. Mason Thomas. I'm pretty sure. Look at him just bull a guy. He can do it in so many different ways. I want to see if they put they didn't put the Tennessee joint on here. I got to look it up myself. I want to say that was him against Tennessee where he returned that fumble. R. Mason Thomas returns fumble against. I want to say that was him. It was a night game. Yep, it was him. He had on November 1st, 2025, R. Mason Thomas returned the fumble, 71 yards for a touchdown, tying the game at 7-7 against Tennessee. Yep, I knew that was him. I love this guy, man. So I hate that's such a great pick for the Chiefs. And the Bengals sick because I know they was thinking edge. And they took them away from him, which the Bengals are on the clock. I got to start redoing these banners. Well, not yet, though, but in a minute. But this was a great pick for the Chiefs. I can't lie, man. That was a guy I love, man. He was my sleeper, and I hate he's going to the Chiefs because Chiefs be giving us problems, man. Don't need them picking up guys that can give us more problems. And Mason Thomas is a guy that can give us more problems. I hate it. But the Bengals pick is in. They have the 41st pick of the 2026 NFL Draft. And with the 41st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Ken Anderson making the pick for the Bengals. The Bengals select Cassius Howe, Texas A&M. I knew the Bengals was going edge, and they get an explosive, dynamic, 11.5 sack speed rusher and Cassius Howe out of Texas A&M, who they had a really good defense at Texas A&M. The team got exposed at the end of the year, but a really good pass rusher on Cassius Howe. Like I said, speed rusher, great speed off the edge, can get guys off him as well. He's also going to be fighting to that quarterback. He's relentless in his rush. Man is just a explosive pass rusher. So the Bengals lose Trey Hendrickson, don't pay him, but they get a pass rusher. I believe second round is 4 years. So they get a pass rusher for 4 years on a very lowered rookie scale. So that's kind of a win for the Bengals, to be honest. And this is a guy who's also projected to go first round. You get him in the second. Told you, AJ. Cassius Howe was not lasting to the third round. This man, shout out my boy AJ with AJ's Birds. This man thought the Eagles could get Cassius Howe in the third round at pick 68. Ain't no goddamn way that was happening. But the Bengals take him. Sickening, but great pick by them. Love the pick for them. He should come in and make an impact for the Bengals immediately. You pair that with just getting Dexter Lawrence at D tackle. A lot of people laughed at the Bengals for that. I did not. People saying, oh, you only trade first rounders for a D tackle that gets sacks. He had 9 sacks in 12 games the year before last. We're not going to judge a man. Would you judge a man based off 1 year? No. But that's what a lot of people did because he had a down year last year. But the year before, he had 9 sacks in 12 games. So you pair this with Cassius Howe, that's great. And the Saints selection is already in. Oh, my God. I ain't even put the Saints on the clock yet. This draft moving. I love it. I might get off here a little early. Shout out Marcus Colston making the pick for the Saints. Saints legend. And with the 41st pick in the 2026 NFL draft, PJ ain't going like this. The Georgia Bulldogs select Christian Miller, D tackle, out of Georgia. Now, my boy PJ, shout out to him, superstar member, joined the membership. He wanted Christian Miller out of Georgia. He's a Falcons fan. They're division rivals. They don't like each other. And now they just stole a pick from him. So I know he is sick, man. But Christian Miller, another guy who's good at run stopping, another run stuffing guy, which if you are the Saints, you're going against Bijan. You're going against Chuba Hubbard. You're going against who's the Bucky Irvin. You need the guys to stop the run. And I think this is a guy right here that's going to help them stop the run. Now, obviously, he's a D tackle. He can contain it for a lot. But, I mean, you're going against the guys I just named, like Bijan and Bucky. They're going to get theirs. But you want to help contain that run for as long as possible. And I think Christian Miller here from Georgia is definitely going to help them do that. So this is what they got him for, to stop the run. Great pick for the Saints. They still need a linebacker. They did lose to Mario Davis, but what way to help whatever linebacker step in by getting a guy who's going to take multiple guys and stop the run of Christian Miller. So great pick here, by the Saints. And now we have the Dolphins on the clock as I change my banners because I need to catch it back up. Get out of here. So got the Dolphins on the clock. Dolphins went Caden Proctor at pick 12 after trading with the Cowboys. Then they went Chris Johnson, which I predicted in my mock. Shout out me. They went Chris Johnson with their second pick. Is that spaced? Yeah, that's spaced. Now, thank you for the commercial to give me time to change my banners. Ooh, look at God, man. I gotta say, the Dolphins need receivers badly, and there's a lot of them out there. So this is where the Dolphins are going. They are going receiver here. They went cornerback. They went all lineman. You got to give Malik Willis some targets to throw the ball to. Is this Chris Brazil? Is this Chris Bell? You know, the Dolphins did go Louisville receiver before, and Devontae Parker, who was a red zone animal. Do they go back to the Louisville well and get Chris Bell? But Chris Bell is coming off an ACL injury. They need a guy that can go right now. So maybe they don't go that way and they go and get a guy like Chris Brazil, which would honestly make me upset because I want him with Jacoby Lane. Do they go Jacoby Lane? Either way, I think the Dolphins go receiver right here to help Malik Willis get somebody to throw the ball to. They lost Jalen Waddle. They lost Tyreek Hill, who's still a free agent, still unsigned. Somebody, you got to throw the ball to somebody. So I believe this is a receiver right here as well. As I'm finishing up my daggone banners, or no, it's Packers. Oops, the Packers didn't have. Nope, they didn't have a first round pick because they traded with the Cowboys last year. So the Packers' first pick will be in the second round today. And Steelers. All right, cool. We have caught up on our banners, but so far, man, how y'all liking the second round? I'm loving it, man. We're 50 minutes into the draft, and I'm loving it. A lot of talent has gone in the second round. And again, if you're listening, Please like, comment, share, subscribe to help the channel. It means a lot. A lot of work goes into this. A lot of talking. A lot of water. I'm already done. Almost done my first bottle. Thank God I'm only doing the second round because I would need more than 2 bottles, which I have more than 2 bottles. I just don't want to get up from the camera. But man, what a second round, man. And this is why I was so high on this draft, man. I was. If you in the chats, I kept saying that this draft is deep at receiver. This draft is talented. I wasn't so heavy on running back like last year. Last year I was running back heavy and receiver heavy. This year, I think it was heavy on tight ends, receivers, corners. I like a couple safeties. I like a lot of safeties, actually. Maybe even safety. I like a lot of safeties. Genesis Smith, Michael Taft, Xavier Wampa, AJ Housey. Hold on now. Don't need the lights going on now. Appreciate you, my boy. Caleb Downs, obviously. Dylan Thielman, obviously. But I like the safety position a lot. So I like this year's draft. Oh, hold on. Do we got a trade? Adam Schefter's on my screen. Let me go check his Twitter. Make sure we ain't got no trade, or make sure we do have a trade. And I appreciate Tomo appreciate you, Tomo, on what you tweeted. Oh no, they're talking about Jamal McCoy, which injury concerns. Okay, cool. I'm about to say, hold on now. Let me make sure I ain't missing no trades now. But nah, no trades yet. Dolphins keeping their pick, but we almost here for the Ravens. And I'm so excited what the Ravens do at 45, man. I was thinking about cutting it off at 45, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do the whole second round because there is playoff basketball. I do want to enjoy the draft myself, but I'll do the whole second round. Maybe I might cut it off in a little bit. Who knows? But I did want to get on here and talk for a little bit. I might talk until my water gone, but I'm trying to find something real quick. All right, cool. I think the Dolphins pick is ready to be announced. I checked Adam Schefter's page. We ain't got no trades that I don't know about because, again, I'm on mute. With the 43rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, select. I don't even know who Dwight Stevenson is. Shout out to you. You made the Hall of Fame, but he was class 98. I was born in 94. Shout out to you, though. They select Jacob Rodriguez. He's sick. Wow. My guy. No, I thought it might be Chris Bell too, Kev, for the Dolphins, but nope. They choose Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, Texas Tech. Man had a heck of a season at linebacker for Texas Tech last year. Defensive Player of the Year in college. He could create interceptions. Why are we talking about him? Shout out Ben Roberts as well. But interceptions, forced fumbles, endless tackles. Man was all over the field making plays for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Defense was one of the best in the country. Offense let them down. But man, oh man, can Jacob Rodriguez get to the ball, shed blocks, and he makes plays and creates turnovers. So Jacob Rodriguez for the Dolphins is going to be very opportunistic in creating turnovers and making tackles. They already got a tackling machine in Jordan Brooks, who they re-signed. Them two together is going to be nasty in Miami, at least at the linebacker position. Still need a receiver, Miami. I mean, just letting you know. Just letting you know. You need a receiver. But I like the pick here to help build that defense. But you got to get you a receiver. Hold on. Tombo told me in the comments that there is a trade. Trade alert. Yep, I see it right here. So on the clock, originally it was supposed to be the Jets, which I do have as I scroll up. But who was trading? New York traded their pick to the Lions. So the Lions are on the clock. Let me move my mic a little bit so I can fix this. Now, I was talking to my mom earlier about a couple things, and the draft came up. And I was telling my mother they about to go cornerback. And she liked it. She wanted cornerback. What you talking about, kid? Anyway. Oh, shout out Megatron making the pick for the Lions. I do know this one. Oh, you think the Cowboys are traded for D Winters, or is that official? Well, the Lions pick is in. Answer that in a second. And I'm going to find the details for the trade too. With the 44th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select, I think it's going to be cornerback Avion Terrell. Maybe an O-lineman, but I think it's Avion Terrell. No, they go edge Derek Morgan. Oh, I did tell my mother they might get a pass rusher too. And it's Derek Moore, edge rusher out of Michigan. So now they go Derek Moore, Michigan player on one edge. Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan player on the other edge. Now, I ain't the biggest Derek Moore fan. Can't hold you. I'm not. I can't even fake it like I am. I mean, he's solid. He's a really good player. 10 sacks in the Big Ten. I think he's more of a power rusher, not a speed rusher. He's a guy that's going to bull you and then get you off of him. But it's interesting to see what the Michigan tandem does now in Detroit. I think it's a solid pick because they definitely need an edge rusher to go beyond him, go beside Aiden Hutchinson and Cassius Howe and TJ Parker got off the board. Let me see who else was on the board here that I may have liked for Detroit. But I think it's a solid pick. I ain't the biggest Derek Moore fan, but let's see who else was available. If I'd have liked anybody else available, I think R. Mason Thomas being gone might have hurt them too, though. Let's see. The Ravens on the clock, by the way. The edge rushers available. Zion Young. I'd have loved Zion Young here. I'd have loved Zion Young for sure. I felt like Zion Young here would have probably been better. But they saw something in Derek Moore that they liked, and shout out to them. They took him. But I'd have liked Zion Young for the Lions here. But they go homegrown talent yet again. So, that's official. So the Cowboys are trading for linebacker D. Winters out of TCU a couple years ago, who had a really solid, I think a really good year last year in the absence of Fred Warner. So they don't go Jacob Rodriguez because he's gone. They didn't have a second-round pick. But they get a guy that's proven. Let's look at D. Winters last year. I liked what I saw from D. Winters last year. I like what I saw from D. Winters at TCU. D. Winters is 25 years old, so he's very young because he recently came out of TCU. I want to say he came out in the 2023 draft, or maybe, the 2023 draft right there. I think he was there the year that they made the national championship and lost to Michigan. I mean, not Michigan, lost to Georgia badly. With Georgia, I think was eating like chicken on the sideline and stuff. But last year, D. Winters, and I still got to find these trades. I went to the 49ers and not ESPN for his daggone stats. Excuse me. D. Winters last year had 67 solo tackles, 1 pick, but totaled 101 tackles. He had 67 solo, which is really good. He had a touchdown, which I believe was a pick 6. So they got a tackling machine here. He had no forced fumbles, had no sacks, but 100 tackles is always really good as a linebacker, and he had a pick. So I love the D. Winters trade. Let me look at the details for that trade. I don't know about Sean Lee 2.0. You giving D. Winters a little bit too much credit now, but let's see. Adam Scheffner. I know he got the details. Did I not just click? Oh, I didn't click his actual profile. So the Lions are sending 50 and 128 to the Jets to trade at 40. So they basically sent the 4th round pick to move up in the 2nd round. Now they're saying, since I'm on Adam Scheffner's Twitter page, the Giants have no current plans to trade Kayvon Thibodeau, allegedly. Who knows? The Cowboys are sending pick 152 for the 49ers D. Winters. So that's the trade. 152 to get a linebacker who's already proven. What in the world just happened? So they traded a 5th for D. Winters. Shout out Tomo. He put in the comments. D. Winters went pick from what I saw, I think 160. No, 216. So that was the 6th round. So a 5th for a guy that went. This is a great trade for the Cowboys. Great trades for both. I love it. That's a great trade for both, man. The 49ers get a 5th round pick for a guy they took in the 6th round 3 years ago. And the Cowboys get a linebacker, which they really need, to go with Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence. Love it for the Cowboys. And the Ravens are on the clock. Now, me, like I told y'all earlier, I got Chris Brazil or Jacoby Lang going here. I have a feeling it's going to be Chris Bell, though, with the Louisville ties with Lamar. And at pick 80, I got Michael Trigg. So, interested to see what the Ravens do, but I love what I love what the Cowboys just did. The Lions made a solid pick. I would have loved Zion Young, but the Lions do like to get their Michigan guy, so I see why they did it. And I think Derek Moore will take on the personality of head coach Dan Campbell. So I can see it. I can see it for sure. But the Ravens, we're going receiver here. I saw somebody say the Ravens going to get Avion Terrell, and Avion Terrell still being on the board kind of scares me. Not going to lie. I could definitely see Jesse Minter, defensive head coach, EDC, wanting to help his defensive head coach. Secondary looked bad because we couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback. I can see them going to get a corner here. The Tigers score again. My Lord, we up 5-0. Tigers up 5-0. Shout out to Tigers, man, beating the mess out the Cincinnati Reds. Let's keep it up because we do blow leads. But yeah, I can see them going cornerback. I can see them going Avion Terrell. Who's making our pick? Mark Ingram is making our pick. Big Trust. I forgot the way he did the hand signal. Whatever. But Big Trust, come see me. Mark Ingram is making the pick for the Ravens as the pick is in. With the 45th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, your 2027 Super Bowl champs, Baltimore Ravens select. He did that. They select. God dang, and Mark Ingram make the pick. I thought the son was about to say it, but they ain't even show who he picked yet. Make the pick, Mark. Don't be Avion Terrell, please. Brazil, Bell, or Lane. Receiver. I ain't mad at Terrell, but I don't want Terrell. Like, it's a great pick for Terrell, but especially where we at. But I want a receiver. Let's help Lamar some more. But I ain't mad at it. Especially because he's a man-to-man guy. Can you make the pick? Are they doing? Oh, I just peeped that there's. Okay, never mind. My apologies. I just peeped that there's a Boys and Girls Club up there, so they're doing that as well. Just peeped that. Told you I'm on a small screen, so my apologies. So yeah, definitely, look out for the kids for sure. Because they're the next generation. Zion Young, are you serious? Oh, come on. Come on, Zion Young, man. And this is not a bad player. It's not. This is basically like what we did for Mike Green last year, if we're being completely honest. And the edge depth is good. And this is a player for the value. This is a Ravens pick. A player value-wise, this is tremendous for where he is value-wise. 45 should have been a first rounder, maybe early second. You get a mid-second. Value-wise, this is a great pick. But in terms of what we I think Jesse Minter going to turn him up. Let me just start there. Jesse Minter is going to turn him up. I do think that. I think he's a great player. He has long arms. He keeps guys up off him. Can speed rush. He had I think he was a double-digit sack guy last year. I don't remember too much if he was or wasn't. But I remember him. He stood out to me in the Mizzou Bama game, I want to say. That's what I'm saying, Kev. Like, I'm mad because we could have got a bona fide receiver. But in terms of like value, this is excellent. Like, this is an excellent value pick here. That's why I'm like, I can't be mad because this is what the Ravens do. This is an excellent value pick. But in terms of me being greedy and what I wanted, it's like, dang, this ain't what I wanted. But in terms of like, take me out of it, was this a great pick value-wise? Absolutely. And I think, just like I said, Jesse Minter is going to turn him up. But let's look, because I think that was the game that I think Bama it was Bama Mizzou, right? Where he stood out to me. And Bama ended up winning that game. Don't get me wrong. But I think he had a really good game that game. I want to make sure that they played Bama. Yep, they lost 27-24. He had a sack that game, a forced fumble. Yep, that was the Bama game. Come on, man. I know I be knowing what I'm talking about a little bit. It looked like statistically it was his best game. But that game stood out to me. That's when I was like, okay, oh, my God, the Bucs already made their pick. With the 46th pick, I can't believe the Bucs picked that fast. I'm scrambling to even Bucs on the clock. With the 46th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked linebacker Josiah Trotter. Linebacker, also from Mizzou. So back-to-back Mizzou players off the board. And I will say this, Josiah Trotter was also tough with Mizzou. Look at him, sideline to sideline, making the tackle. Excellent run defender. And from what I remember in college, not the greatest in coverage, but he can get to the football, blitz, all that. He's a great run stopper. They lose Levante David, which Levante David was actually a pretty good coverage guy. So if he's going to follow in them footsteps of Levante David, he's going to have to cover really well because Levante David could definitely cover. But I can't be mad at getting a thumper like Josiah Trotter to try to replace Levante David as he retired. So this is a great pick here as well. You got your linebacker retired. You replace immediately with a guy like Josiah Trotter. Love the pick for them as well. And we have another trade. The Colts were on the clock, but they trade their pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now these Steelers are on the clock. And I'll look for those details on the... My God, I hate when that happens. I hit the Y instead of the T, and I did it again. The Steelers are on the clock. The details of the trade are as follows. Let's see. Accidentally went past Adam Schefter's page. So now I got to try to find it again. Here we go, Adam Schefter. The Steelers are trading up to pick 47 and receiving pick 249, so a 7th round pick from the Colts. The Colts pick at 53, 135. They receive 53, 135, and 237. So this is a good trade for the Steelers. It really is. I got to now fast forward my phone because my phone paused for whatever reason. All right, they didn't make the pick yet, but they are walking to the podium. Chris, I seen your message in the chat. Give me a second because the Steelers are picking. So the Steelers in the first round yesterday did go Max Inanker, who's a project offensive tackle. I think today they are going receiver because they wanted Mekhi Lemon, but the Cowboys did a real thing and worked with their ops to stop my ops and from getting Mekhi Lemon. So with that being said, I do think the Steelers go receiver here. And I can see the receiver Steelers getting Chris Bell here to piss me off. And with the 47th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, they go Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver, Alabama. I'm getting tired of them picking my Spartans. Oh, that was John Starworth who made the pick. Salute to a legend. But Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver, Alabama. Now, I would like to say this. First of all, he started with Michigan State. So for those who are like, I don't remember seeing him in the Michigan State uniform, I barely remember it too. I actually forgot about it at one point. But he went to Michigan State. Then he transferred to Washington, went to the national championship with Washington, lost to Michigan, and then transferred to Alabama with Washington's head coach, Kalen DeBoer, who just got an extension. Shout out to him. But, hey, Jeremy Bernard releases. Works the intermediate, works the short, can beat you deep. Nice. I think he has game speed. And he yards after the catch. Jeremy Bernard is nice. Do not get me wrong. And he runs tough, can break tackles. Like I said, yards after the catch, breaks tackles. Steelers fans are going to love that pick, in my opinion. It's a great pick. I figured they was going receiver. I did not expect Jeremy Bernard, but that was a great pick. Shout out to the Cowboys for D winners. I just said that was, I just had my spiel about that. Kev says the Charter Bro. Yep. I like that pick for the Bucks. And with that being said, the Falcons are now on the clock. I'm going to have to change some of my banners up because of these trades. Didn't the Vikings trade? No, they didn't. The Jets did, though. So the Jets are now in the Lions spot. So I got to change that real quick. Dang, they made their pick already? Oh, no, I thought they made their pick already. And I got to change the Steelers to the Colts, which the Colts are Steelers, man. Second time that they did business with each other this year, this offseason. Traded Michael Pittman. Let's actually look at the details for that Michael Pittman trade real quick because I think it was other picks involved. Michael Pittman. Trade. So in the Michael Pittman trade, the coach traded Michael Pittman along with a 2026 7th round pick in exchange for a 2026 6th round pick. So Steelers definitely won that. And then they trade up again with the Colts, take their second pick, give them their second pick. And yeah, so it was good. It was a good trade. I think the Steelers won the Michael Pittman trade for sure. And I think the Colts kind of won this one. But I mean the Steelers kind of won this one too. Hold on, what you laughing at? Hey, what's so funny about wait, hold on, Kev. Don't tell me he gone now. What's up? Let me know something, Kev. Let me know something. But the Falcons are on the clock. Falcons yesterday. Did they make a pick? What did they make a pick for yesterday? Oh, did they make a pick last year? Yesterday? No, they didn't have a first round pick. Yeah, they didn't have a first round pick like yesterday. So this is their first pick of their draft. Now, my boy PJ, shout out to him. The Hawks won yesterday. He wanted Christian Miller. Christian Miller is off the board. He went to the Saints. Where do the Falcons go? I thought they would go receiver to get another bona fide receiver for to help. What's his name? Drake London. I'm about to look up the Falcons free agency moves right now because I just don't want to make. I want to make sure that they ain't make a move for somebody that I really like at receiver and then throw off my whole thing. Free agency tracker for the Falcons. Please don't play nothing out loud. They signed Brian Robinson, Trevor Siemian, which I didn't even know he was in the league. Tua, Jahan Dotson, not a bona fide number 2. Austin Hooper, Cameron Thomas, Deshaun Hain, Channing Tindall. So no, they still need Olamide Zaccheaus. They still need a bona fide number 2. And so I would get a bona fide number 2 right here. That's just me. I don't think they go backup quarterback with Michael Penix as their starter. Maybe they already signed Tua and all that, so they don't need a backup quarterback. I think they like Kobe Bryant. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. Was a Kobe Bryant fan in Kansas with him and AJ Terrell. They love their safeties. Kev, I still need to know what's up with this whole comment about Jacoby Lane with the laughing emojis. Yeah, man. But I'm trying to respond to Chris. While I talk about the Falcons. I said receiver, and I'm gonna stick by my guns here. I think they go receiver here. They could go CJ Allen though, linebacker out of Georgia, another see-ball, get-ball thumper at linebacker. I could definitely see that. That's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. The Falcons go in their backyard, get CJ Allen. That's my pick. That's my pick. Not what I wanted, but that's my pick as the Falcons. The Falcons pick is in. I think. I don't know who they got controlling their pick. Dang, Rodriguez going to the Dolphins. That's why, he went to the Dolphins, and immediately y'all traded for D Winners. But y'all wasn't getting bro anyway. I told you he wasn't lasting to the third. You would have to trade into the second to get him. And Kev said, I was joking about the Steelers taking him. Oh, okay. Man, that'd have pissed me off. Jeremy Bernard, low-key, pisses me off too, but that would have pissed me off even more because I'm tired of them taking guys I wanted. I like Jeremy Bernard. Didn't necessarily want him over the guys I named, but he's a nice pick. But the Falcons pick is in. They have somebody walking to the podium. I didn't really get to see who it was. I don't think I know who it is. What is this? Is this Andre Rison? Andre Rison. No, I don't think it's Andre Rison. I don't know who this is. And maybe I do, and I just can't think of his name. But with the 48th pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Falcons. Okay, so I know Marcus Turner. I just can't recognize his face. The Atlanta Falcons select, I think, CJ Allen linebacker, Avion Terrell, AJ Terrell's little brother, cornerback, Clemson. So the bros will be playing. Man, oh man, that's tough. They both man-to-man corners, both went to Clemson, as you can see themselves embrace. This is tough because Avion a little bit skinnier, but I think definitely with bro on the other side, he can like, hey, bro, you ain't gonna run through me. But man-to-man coverage corner again, like I said, Clemson as a whole did not live up to hype. So I'm not going to blame any dips on any of the players individually, even though he was third-team All-American. Shout out to him for that. But man, this was one of my favorite corners in the draft. Now, Delaney was one. Low-key might have been my second favorite. Not the second best, but my second favorite corner in the draft might have been Avion Terrell. I've been talking about Avion Terrell since last year. That is a great pickup. I'm not monetized yet. This is just on my channel. I'm not monetized enough. So we gotta get them subscribers up and the watch hours up, and then I'll be able to get super chats. But I can't get them. But appreciate you for thinking about it. But man, I love this pick. Like I said, sticky man-to-man corner, can press, very, very good man coverage cornerback, man. Great hips, great ball skills. I I love it. I remember the game against Stanford, not last year, but the year before last. I believe he caught a pick on the goal line from Ashton Daniels when Stanford's first drive to I don't remember if he returned it for 6, but I remember on the goal line on Stanford's first drive, he caught a pick. And I've been talking about him ever since. I love this pick here for the Falcons. Great pick. I thought they might go linebacker with CJ Allen in their backyard, but no. This is a great pick to pair him up with his brother and Avion Terrell. And now we have the Vikings on the clock for the 49th pick. Oh, never mind. We have a trade. So, the Minnesota Vikings trade their pick to the Carolina Panthers. I don't know where the Panthers go here, to be honest with you. Panthers went offensive tackle yesterday. I'm assuming they swapped. So the Panthers jumped 2 spots up for in this trade. I got to look at the whole. Excuse me. Oof, my God. Oh shoot, I'm not on Schefter's page. Oh man, I thought I was scrolling up on Schefter's page. Let me go find it again. Adam Schefter. The Panthers traded up to 49 while giving the Vikings pick 51. The Panthers will also receive pick 159 while the Vikings will receive 196. Okay. I don't see how this is one for the Vikings, but the trade is the trade nonetheless. The trade is the trade. Hey, appreciate you, my boy. But nah, man. I appreciate the thought and everything, but keep your money. I can't even get it anyway, but I definitely appreciate the thought. And he says CJ Allen to the Panthers. I hope you didn't just spoil because I want to go to the Florida draft, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's kind of backyard as well. But with the 49th pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Carolina Panthers, is that Luke Kuechly? The Carolina Panthers select Lee Hunter, D tackle, Texas Tech. He was also a part of that very good Texas Tech defense last season. If I remember correctly, Lee Hunter could get to that quarterback now. If I remember correctly, he was also in that backfield getting that quarterback. He was a really good pass rusher. I know he could stop the run, but I think he was a good pass rusher as well. I think he's just a disruptive D tackle. Yeah, I appreciate it. I just had to make sure. But yeah, he's a very disruptive D tackle. He could push that middle of that pocket and make plays from it. I think Lee Hunter is very disruptive. So I love this pick here. For sure. Look at him, man. God, he got speed with the size he has. I love this Lee Hunter pick there with what's my man from Auburn name? Dwayne, is it Dwayne Brown? I think that's his name, Dwayne Brown. But these two together, I want to say that's his name, but why it just feels wrong. No, Dwayne Brown was the former offensive tackle for the Texans. But what is my man name, bro? He went number 5. He played at Auburn. I'm so sick I can't remember his name. Derek Brown. Him and Derek Brown is going to be a problem. Especially, again, you're going against running backs. The Saints got A-Chain and Kamara. Falcons got Bijan. The Saints. I said the Saints. The Bucks. Bucky Irvin. So you need to beef up that interior. And Lee Hunter with Derek Brown. Oh, yeah, 2.5 sacks last year. I could have swore he had a little bit more. But 2.5 sacks, but with these guys in that middle, it's going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough. So I like the pick. I thought he had more sacks than 2.5, but I mean, it's what it is. But I love the Lee Hunter pick regardless, man. Speed with that size and definitely stop the run. And he can still push the pocket. He might not get the sack. I mean, he played with David Bailey and Romello Height on them, collapsing them pockets with them. But he could definitely push the pocket. So, love the pick there. I definitely love the Panthers pick. I wonder if maybe the Jets was thinking Lee Hunter at 50, and that's why they jumped the Jets to be on the clock, because now these Jets are on the clock, and they did lose Quentin Williams to the Cowboys, traded him. So maybe they thought that they were going to get Lee Hunter at 50, so they jumped him to steal Lee Hunter at 49. But great pick. Then the Panthers also got my boy Nick Scorton from last year out of Texas A&M, who transferred from Purdue. So Panthers building them trenches. Cardo thinks the Jets better go O-line. Let's see. I think the Jets signed O-lineman in free agency. Let me double check that. I want to say they did. I think the Jets was gonna go D tackle there. I really do. I really do think they was gonna get Lee Hunter, and that's why they did that. Oh, they don't do this like the Raiders. Why is this like this? This is man. What? Hold on, this. Let me try somewhere else to find this Jets free agents thing. So the Jets, this free agency, they signed Max Mitchell, left tackle. I don't think he's that good. Okafor. No, I ain't mad at you. From what I see, I ain't mad at you. Think of O-line. They did not sign good enough O-linemen to where I wouldn't draft one. It's just who would I draft? I guess Ginnings. Maybe him, the tackle from Iowa. Maybe. I don't know who else with Basanti off the board. Basantis on the board. With who else was on the board? I think really Basantis was really it for real in the second round. I don't think they go center. Let me try to find the Jets roster real quick. Or can I find a Jets depth chart? Projected. Here we go. Unofficial depth chart. Let's see. Jeremy Record is not this first team tight end. Stop it. Fashanu, Mimbo. I like Mimbo. See, I just don't know who they get here. I don't think they get the tackle though. They got to go guard maybe. They go Carson Beck. New York might burn down. The Jets might get burned down if they go Carson Beck. I think Gino's just going to be a bridge quarterback until maybe next year's free agency or draft. But the Jets will burn if they pick Carson Beck. I don't know what O-lineman you would get though. That's just my only issue. Because I'm not mad at, from looking at their depth chart and everything, I'm not mad at your thought process. I just don't know who. That's the only thing I can't wrap my head around. But the pick is in. And I hit the wrong tab. With the 50th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, shout out Curtis Martin, legend. The New York Jets select. I don't know what Curtis Martin talking about, but let's get to the pick, my boy. We know you was a monster. We know you was a monster with both the Patriots and the Jets. We know you like that. The Jets select. Come on, man. They showing all the whole city of Pittsburgh. Show me the pick. I be thinking I'm running late. I be seeing them walk to the screen like, oh man, let me hurry up and get to this tab and get to these buttons and everything so I can click them. And then I'm sitting here waiting, trying to fill dead air. D'Angelo Pons, cornerback, Indiana. So they did not go the offensive side of the ball. They went cornerback. Surprised they didn't go Jamal McCoy. He keeps falling. Them injury concerns are going crazy on Jamal McCoy. But I told you, I'm not high on Brandon Cisse, and he's still on the board. They went D'Lo Pons. Now, D'Lo Pons is 5'10", but don't let that fool you. My boy D'Lo Pons do it all. Zone, man, he can go and slide. I mean, he really an outside guy. They might try him in the slide because of his height, but D'Lo Pons, listen, man, I've been watching him since his freshman year at JMU. The guy is a baller. He ball skills, gets picks. You saw the pick six against Oregon to start the game in the playoffs. My man makes plays, and they even put him on the offensive side of the ball, which he said was their little trick to try to come back for a senior year. But that boy makes plays. I love what the Jets are doing. I think this is a great pick for the Jets. For a team that hasn't had a turnover last year, they get a guy who creates turnovers and can turn them into touchdowns. I think D'Lo had a pick in the Oregon game the first time they played as well. I know Brandon Finney did, which, boy, when Brandon Finney come out, Ravens, you better get him. But, hold on. Oh, shoot. Hey, Kev, I got you. You could have put that in the chat, my boy. I don't know how I can do that, though. Hold on. Let me see something. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Hey, he can't do that because he don't got the access. So I'm trying to figure out. Kev wants to join. I never copied the link because nobody said they wanted to or could join. Everybody was busy. So I never sent the link. I don't know how to send the link while live. And Joe is busy. Let me call Joe and let me try to see if he can answer the phone. If not, I have to text him. I hope he responds. Kev, I got you. I'm gonna try to get you in here, Kev. I just gotta figure out how. I never did it live before. I never did it live. Oh wait, I found it. I figured it out. I got you. I think I found it. All right, Kev. Look at your DMs. Check your DMs. Just check your DMs and just click it and make sure you can appear backstage to make sure I sent you the right thing. Yeah, I was trying to find the copy. I see. I saw. Yeah, I was trying to find where to do it because before it's like you can before you enter the studio, it's like right there. But I never did it in the studio before. But I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. Shout out, Tomo for trying to help me. But now y'all know Kev wants to pop in for the Eagles pick. I hope. Ooh. And while I was trying to figure all that out, the Vikings pick is in at 51. So with the 51st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Jake Golday, linebacker, Cincinnati. Now, this linebacker is an athlete. This linebacker can get blockers off of him, sheds blocks, great athlete. He used to be a DN, if I remember correctly. Now playing the linebacker position, and he's a great run stopper. They say he's solid in coverage. Man to man, I think might give him some problems. I'm not really sold on Jake Golday as a coverage linebacker, but as a run stopper, absolutely. And he's a great athlete. You could blitz him, like I said, with the edge rushing experience, blitz him to get to the quarterback. I like the Jake Golday pick for the Vikings, especially because I'm blanking on a linebacker right now. So I think it's solid. If he could become a good pass coverage guy, he could remind me of Eric Kendricks. Eric Kendricks was a guy out of UCLA who was a monster stopping the run. But Eric Kendricks, to me, was a better pass covering linebacker coming into the league than Jake Golday. But if he could get there, they could find him another Eric Kendricks with Minnesota, man. Check your DM, Kev. Check your DM. Let me get back to y'all comments because I was trying to figure that out for Kev and I missed a couple comments. Where is it? He said he got the Eagles taking McCoy or McNeil Warren. Okay, Jamal McCoy or Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I think you said that earlier in the chat too. If Jamal McCoy becomes Mr. Irrelevant, that'd be insane. I don't see that, but that'd be crazy. You said Kev going running back. The Ravens might go running back in the 5th round. Nick Singleton. Only running back I see is taking Brody. Kev. Get out. Talking about running back from Penn State. I know you talk about Nick Singleton. Get out, bro. He's a Raven. Chill. And all right, we all caught up there. Let me see. I think I got to start changing my banner soon. Packers. The coach. Oh no, I do got to start changing my banner soon. Kev, let me know if you see it. But yeah, we are all caught up on everything. Oops, I don't know why I just closed that tab out. That's my tab I'm using for free agency and stuff like that. But great second round. We almost through the second round. Where we at? Pick 51. I think we have pick 52. We have 12 more picks, 13 including this one until the end of the second round. And then I will be signing out to go watch the draft and some playoff basketball. And I gotta make this drive tonight. But man, oh man, this has been a great second round. A lot of talent is still on the board. A lot of talent has come off the board. I'm super excited, man. I'm very excited. For Kev, the Eagles. Hold on, I just wanted to check something real quick with this Lakers game and this Philly game. Philly only down 7. Okay, that's not bad. Max got 9. Let's see. Let me go back to the draft tab to see how far down the Eagles are and start changing my banners. Eagles are 3 picks away, including this one, not including this one, 2 picks away. So y'all looking sweet. Y'all are coming up. Y'all, for your pick that you want, y'all definitely looking sweet. Now, the Packers, this is their first pick of the night because essentially Michael Parsons was their first round pick with the trade last year, giving up 2 first-round picks for Michael Parsons, and then Michael Parsons unfortunately got hurt later in the year. Prayers up to Michael. Hopefully he bounces back. But I don't know where the Jags, not such the Jags. I just typed the Jags in to change my banners. I don't know where the Packers go here. Packers, they got a solid receiving room. They just extended Jaden Reed. Shout out my Spartans. They get paid. Jalen Naylor also got paid. Obviously, they're not going quarterback with Jordan Love. They may go running back, even though it's kind of early. I mean, I think they like Josh Jacobs, maybe a backup, but they're not going running back. I'm tripping. They got Emmanuel Wilson, and I think they really like Emmanuel Wilson. So they're not going running back. I was tripping for a moment. I don't think they go O-line because, again, I just don't know who you get at this point. So I see them going defense. Now, defensively, I don't know where. I don't know. I honestly can't predict the Packers pick here. I can't. And not saying my predictions have been right because they really haven't, but I've been able to give at least a solid logical guess, and I don't know where I would go if I'm the Packers here as I'm starting to, as they walk to the stage. I'm not panicking and looking for them buttons. I'm going to finish my banners first. We just gave up a 2-1 bomb in the freaking fifth. Like I said, man, we do blow leads. All right, this is as much as I can do for right now. The Packers, with the 52nd pick in the 2026 NFL draft. I know this guy, but I can't remember his name. The Green Bay Packers select I think they're going one. They select Brandon Cisse, cornerback, South Carolina. Now, Brandon Cisse, some people had him top 5. Me personally, I didn't. Played at South Carolina, so I watched him a lot. And he made some plays. I remember Virginia Tech. I believe he caught a pick in the Virginia Tech game. But that game was broken up by a punt return, man. We had a crazy punt return that helped break that game open. But I've also seen Brandon Cisse get beat a little bit. Now, he came from NC State before coming to South Carolina. And we used him. I think we used him in multiple positions. I know we used him outside. I think we used him a little bit in the slot. And he's a solid guy. Look at that. That's a hold he got away with. I think he's a solid guy. I really do. And I think he is good against the run. But I think pass coverage, you're going to have to work with him a little bit. It really is. Look at that. That's another hold. Why are they showing highlights of him holding? I don't get that. But I think he's a solid defender. I think he's a solid corner. Can't be handsy. Like they just showed in his highlights. Don't know why they showed the highlights of him holding. But I think the Packers can work with him. I don't think he's Giant Alexander or nothing, but I think he'll add to a solid cornerback room in the Packers. And the Colts are back on the clock, which the Colts did lose Michael Pittman. Would love to. I mean, they did extend Alex Pierce. They do have Josh Downs, Tyler Warren, but I still would like another receiver here to the Colts. They did lose Zaire Franklin, so they could look at a linebacker to replace Zaire Franklin. And C.J. Allen is still on the board. Yeah, C.J. Allen is still on the board. So my predictions for the Colts is this is C.J. Allen at linebacker to replace, as I had to play on bracket by accident. I just want to make sure he is on the board still. Pat McAfee's announcing the pick already. That's kind of crazy. Anthony Hill's on the board. Oh, this is Anthony Hill. Scratch C.J. Allen. This is Anthony Hill. And with the 53rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, inspiration and a legend to us all in the podcast game. I think they selected Anthony Hill, man. Anthony Hill is a guy who can do both pass coverage and stop the run. You can blitz him. I just think Anthony Hill makes a ton of plays. I think to me, he was the second best linebacker in this draft behind Jacob Rodriguez. So, Colts looking to replace Zaire Franklin, and they lost EJ Speed the year before. Got to go with Anthony Hill, in my opinion. Anthony Hill Jr. I think this is him. This has to be, and this is great value here at this point. This has to be Anthony. There's no way, right? They go somewhere else? I'm waiting. They went C.J. Allen over Anthony Hill. Oh, no. I thought it was Anthony Hill Jr. It is C.J. Allen. Oh, man. C.J. Allen is a thumper. I love it. I just felt like Zaire Franklin can also cover it, and that's why they would go Anthony Hill Jr., but they went C.J. Allen. He's an athlete, definitely see ball, get ball linebacker. It's a good pick. I just thought Anthony Hill was just a little better, But either way, you couldn't go wrong with either one. So CJ Allen it is. I was right at first. I changed my answer, and CJ Allen was the right answer. But love the pick for the guy out of Georgia. Absolutely great pick. Like I said, you couldn't go wrong with either CJ Allen or Anthony Hill Jr. And he's a guy. He finds the football. He has a nose for football. Wherever the football is, you'll find CJ Allen at that linebacker spot. So you gotta love it if you are the Indianapolis Colts. He's gonna definitely help bolster that defense where you're losing possibly Kenny Moore. You lost Zaire Franklin. You lost EJ Speed the year before. And like I said, he's a see-ball, get-ball thumper, and he has a nose for the football when it's on the ground or whenever somebody has it. He has a nose for it. So not a nose as in turnovers, but as a nose as he's going to make that play. So look at that, 97 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Man is a thumper. So great pick. And the Eagles. No, the Dolphins. No, the Eagles are on the clock. Why do I have the – oh, because I never changed that. I'm going to just trash can this. The Eagles are on the clock. And Kev, I do not see you backstage. I told this man multiple – I don't have Kev's number. He seen it 8 minutes ago. The Eagles are on the clock. And both players that Kev want are on the clock. And it looks like they might be coming out already. No. Yes. Yes, they are coming out to the stage already. So, Kev, bring your behind on. I'm glad they're moving like this because only got one bottle left. There you go. There he goes. Welcome. Oh, I forgot. I'm not on that. Welcome, my boy, Kev, to the stage.
What's up, my boy?
What's going on? Y'all pick is already in, so I'll let you speak after. Is this B-Dog making the pick? No, that's not B-Dog. I don't know. Oh, that's Brian Westbrook. Yeah, Brian Westbrook is selecting the pick for y'all. And with the 54th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Eli Stowers, tight end.
We took tight end.
Vanderbilt.
He was mocked to us, but I'm not a fan of that.
Hey, it's your time to talk, my boy.
I mean, all right, we took tight end. Stowers is not a bad pick. I was more so looking at, my guy was Jack Andrews. I'm not gonna lie. Later on, I felt like it was better talent on the board overall. I'm not excited about that at all. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Eli Stowers was one of my guys, but I know there's a lot of Eagles fans that actually like him. So
I like Eli Stowers.
I just beg to differ, that's all.
I like Eli Stowers. Now, I think he's going to be the Dallas Goedert replacement because he's a receiving tight end.
And we like second round tight ends anyway.
Yeah, and he's a receiving tight end. He was basically a lot of Diego Pavia's offense the year before last and at New Mexico State. He's a good. Oh, we got to trade. I'm gonna talk about the trade in a minute, but the Chargers are trading their pick to the Patriots. So the Patriots on the clock. Excuse me. But the pass catcher, good route runner, and I will say he's great getting yards after the catch for a tight end. You can also, I would say Eli Stowers was one of them guys where you looked at him, you're like, is he a receiver or is he a tight end? Like, as you watch him play, you see him line up. He's obviously lined up as a tight end. But watching him play, watching him move, he moves like a receiver. So I think he's a guy that's going to get open. He could work the middle of the field. You can use him in things like boots or like when you know how you roll left, fake right, and the tight end underneath. You can use him in stuff like that. He's going to get good yardage out of stuff like that underneath. So I like the pick. And I think he's going to learn from Dallas Goedert possibly to read zones and find spots in zones and stuff like that and sit and get open. So I like the pick.
It's not a bad pick. It's just not one of my favorites.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's kind of like how you felt about Zion Young. Yeah. Basically, it's like
it's a great pick. It's a great value pick.
Yes.
But it's not who I wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
And I'm not against taking tight ends in the second round, by the way. I don't know why you're laughing about they took tight end. Like it's not going to be effective. I'm just curious to see, like, with us being such a heavy run team, we getting all these pass weapons.
I mean, you're getting a quarterback as your OC and Sean Mannion, so it might be a little different in Philly this coming year. I know Philly historically for sure, like you said, been run heavy, but might be a little different. Oh,
Might be.
yeah, man.
So
So appreciate you coming on. Talk about your
appreciate you
pick.
for having me right now, man. I was expecting something totally different, but it's
Oh, I know. I saw the comments. You wanted Jamal McCoy or Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not surprised Emmanuel McNeil Warren dropping. By the way, I told you I didn't think he was going in the first round.
It's all good, man. I might step back in later on.
Yeah, somebody might trade him and get him. Maybe the Patriots. The Patriots traded away a ball hawking safety. I don't think they trade up to get him with Craig Woodson. But again, appreciate you for coming, my boy. Cardo said it's funny because you thought it was. All right, but gotta find this trade here because the Patriots traded up with the Chargers to select now. Let me find Schefter's page so I can find the trade. So the Patriots have traded up to pick 55 and will be sending the Chargers their 63rd pick 131, and pick 2020. I don't know. Did Kev just pop back up? I don't know. I was finding the trades and some just caught my eye on my computer. But again, man, these trades are cheap. Now, I wonder why the Patriots moved up, though. Oh, I never hit Teddy. Dang, I just realized that. Let me try to find him real quick and see if you want to come on. I just realized I never hit Teddy. Oh, I got Teddy number. My fault for the dead air for a second. I hope he sees this in time. Hey, funny though. I was on Twitter yesterday, and somebody was like, "They're gonna drop an adult tape while the Patriots on the clock, aren't they?" That was hilarious to me. But I just texted Teddy. I hope you see it in time. So I don't know how I forgot to hit Teddy to see if he wanted to talk about his pick, and they just traded up a couple spots. But I do wonder who they saw to make them trade up, because it feels like it's a foregone conclusion that AJ Brown is getting traded to the Pats. They do need O-line help, but I don't know who they're going to get at this point. I just don't know. Defensively, I don't know who they get. I don't know where the Pats go here. Are you serious? Is this true? Because I'm about to look it up. Oh, yeah, they just did. Kev, if you want to step back in, y'all just traded for Jonathan Grenard. Kev is busy, though. He's doing something, because I asked him if he wanted to come on again for today, and he said he had something to do. So that's why I try to keep it short and sweet with him. But the Eagles have sent the 98th pick to the Vikings and a third-round pick next year for Pro Bowl edge rusher, basically, Jonathan Grenard, to help build those trenches, which was already really good. Teddy's coaching, so he can't do it. So cool. But the Patriots pick is in. I'll talk about the trade in a second. And with I think that the 55th pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Patriots select Illinois. First of all, I would like to say solid defense last year. Solid defense for sure, as I just found out that Murakami bombed. Shout out to Murakami. Definitely a solid pick. He's another guy with long arms. I think he's more of a power rusher than a speed rusher, in my opinion. But his long arms can get to the quarterback. I don't think he was a double-digit sack guy, but I'll check that real quick. But I think he's a solid guy. I think he has a lot to work on, but I think you can build on him. 6'3", 275. I don't think he was a double-digit guy last year. No, he was. He had 11, so my apologies. But I think he's a good pick. I think he's a good pick here. They did lose Caleb Von Chasen. They did they did sign Draymond Jones from us. But I think this is a solid pick for the Patriots, man. I think he can make some plays. I think he could crack the rotation early. I do like the pick here, especially with the run of edges earlier. Zion wasn't there. Not Zion. I mean, Zion wasn't there. Is what I'm talking about. Cassius was gone. All right, Mason Thomas is gone. I want to see who else is available, but I like the pick. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he was the best available. To me, I like Romello Height a ton, but he was the best available, and I like the pick for the Pats. Teddy said they need more line again. I just don't know who the O-line at the O-line spot. But the Patriots are off the clock and the Jaguars are on the clock. The Jags, let's see here. He said, my son started going off. Hey, got to take care of Pop. Little bruh. I definitely feel that. The Jags with the 56th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft select Nate Borkricker, tight end, Texas A&M. Now, I'm not going to lie. Don't like it. Don't like it. Too many better tight ends on the board than me. You got Michael Trigg, a better tight end than me. You got, what's his brother name? I'm blanking on brother name. I like Jack Injuries. I keep wanting to say Terrence Carter, but Terrence Carter's not until next year's draft. What the world is brother name? I'm blanking on brother name, bro. Let me just go to best available because I'm definitely blanking on some of these guys' names. But I like the ton of tight ends. Max Clare, even though he had a down year. Justin Jolie, I feel like it's super underrated. Oscar Delp. I'm not really rolling with this one for the Jags, but he doesn't have to be. The good thing though is he doesn't have to be tight end one because they got Brenton Strange, and Brenton Strange had a breakout year for the Jags. He'll come in and be tight end two, so that's good. But I just feel like you didn't have to get this in the second round. But hey, maybe the Jags see something I don't. Shout out to the Jags for their pick, and we're gonna move on to the Bears. The Bears are on the clock. The Bears actually have 2 picks, I believe, in the next 4, from what I saw. Might be 5. Yeah, 2 of the next 4 picks are the Bears. Now, the Bears yesterday did go Dylan Thiemann, which is one of the steals of the draft, thanks to the Vikings. Don't understand that. Teddy texted me. He said the pick was beautiful when I told him they got an edge rusher. So, Teddy likes the pick. The Bears here. Trade away DJ Moore. You still got receiver talent on this board, but you do think you're about to get a lot out of Luther Burden. Can Roma Dunze and Caleb actually become super locked in? I don't know. AJ just texted me. But they like their tight ends, Cole Kmet, Colston Leveland. I heard Cole Kmet could be trade bait. The O-line did really well. Again, I mean, this is kind of the range for Dunner at this point, but I think the Bears are cool with the O-line. D-line, I can see them going D-line here, but at this point, who's available at the D-line position? We got Xavier Harris is available. I don't know if they go there, though. Big Citrus, Dominique Orange, who made plays from day one against Farmageddon. He's available, another run stuffer. Edge, who's available? Romello Height. Dennis Sutton from Penn State. He's available. Trey Moore disappointed me so much. Patrick Payton, another disappointment in my opinion, but he's available. Marvin Jones, Nadame Tucker maybe. But these are guys that can go later on that second round. I don't know what the Bears do here. Maybe they go Big Citrus. I like Big Citrus to the Bears here. I don't know. Maybe they go linebacker. Anthony Hill Jr. is still on the board. This is great value for Anthony Hill Jr. at this point for the Bears. But I think they go defense. I think they do go defense again. Maybe they go Jamal McCoy and stash him. He's injured, but they got guys already. They did lose Nashawn Wright to the Jets. But they do got Kyler Gordon still and Jalen Johnson, who's coming back from injuries. Maybe they try to heal Jamal McCoy and add him with those 2 tough cornerbacks. Who else still available at corner? I like Keontae Scott, but Kyler Gordon already plays the nickel. Malik Muhammad, possibly. Davidson Igbinosun, taller press corner on the outside from Ohio State. I do think if they go corner, maybe Jamal McCoy. At this point, this got to be tough. It got to be tough. It has to be tough. But this is great value. Even like I said, he could be Will Johnson. Will Johnson came in off of ACL and balled last year for the Cardinals. So it's multiple ways the Bears can go. And like I said, they have another pick 3 picks later. So maybe they trade out of one to get some more stuff. Who knows? But we're going to see in a minute where they go. Because they got the second round pick from trading DJ Moore to the Bills. Wow, the Bears, they're taking a minute for the Bears pick. But, man, this second round is almost done. We have 7 picks left, not including this one, 8 including this one. I don't think they go Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Do they go Zachariah Branch? They give him a guy. Zachariah Branch, give him an explosive guy. I've heard that they like Ja'Day Walker, too. Shout out my boy Luke, because he's the one that put me on the Ja'Day Walker being liked by the Bears. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just ready for the pick to be in. I'm actually kind of surprised the second round is taking as long as the first round. We've been here for almost 2 hours. I would like to thank everybody again who has been in this chat, who's been watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to help the network and help the channel. Definitely will appreciate your subscription. Is Devin Hester making the pick? Shout out to Devin Hester, man. A legend. I don't know if he's the one making the pick, though. They just brought up a random fact about Devin Hester, which led me to believe he's the one making the pick. But we'll see. They take it forever for the Bears. Like, what's up with what I got against the Bears? Nobody is somebody at the podium? I know I got my phone in my hand. I'm trying to see. Like, they got it so zoomed out. I don't think somebody there. No, he's not making the pick. Is that Olin Kreutz? Former O-lineman for the Bears. I think Olin Kreutz is in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. Oh, he looked white at first. Olin Kreutz is white, but I don't think this is a white guy. Jimbo Covert is making the pick for the Bears. Shout out to him. I actually heard of him. I think he was in the 85 Bears. I think. But with the 57th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago. Come on, Jumbo. I think this might be Anthony Hill or Jamal McCoy. Those are my 2 picks here. Hill or McCoy. The Bears select. No! Come on! Y'all just, oh my God. They just stole the center I wanted. They stole Logan Jones, center from Iowa. All-American. Oh my God. Good athlete. Definitely great in pass protection. Great run blocker. Oh my God. As you can see in this first clip, can pull. This was supposed to be Tyler Lindenbaum's replacement. Oh my God. Oh, that just pissed me off so much, dog. That just made me so mad. I love it for them, but didn't they just sign a center? Let me go look. I love this Logan Jones pick, man. And he's such a road grader because Iowa is known for running the football, and he was at the center of Iowa running the football. Like, he's a great run blocker, and that's what we need. Pair that with Vega. Oh, my God, that would have been so tough. And the 49ers trade their pick. Surprise, surprise. Bears free agency. I didn't even know Logan Jones was going this high. The Bears signed Kobe Bryant, Devin Bush, Neville. Oh, okay. I thought they said the Bears signed Garrett Bradbury. The Browns have traded up with the 49ers. I said Bradbury in type. Garrett Bradbury. He's on the Bears. He's the center for the. Why would they do this? They just signed the center. He's on the Bears. Why? I'm so confused. In the second round, too, I'm very confused here. Now, I thought they signed the center. That's like, he's a great center. Garrett Bradbury's a good center. Logan Jones, I think he's going to be a good center. Why did they do this? But anyway, the Browns are on the clock. And with the 58th, the Cleveland Browns select Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, safety, out of Toledo. So the Browns trade up to select the safety out of Toledo and add to that already tenacious defense that they have. Now, McNeil Warren is going to need to get a little better in pass coverage, but he is a box safety. He also can roll over a little bit. He's not the greatest in pass coverage, but he is a great tackler. He will come up and hit you. That is what Emmanuel McNeil Warren would do. He's a great run stop and safety, run support. He will tackle for sure. So they bolster a defense with another tackler, which in this AFC North, you playing against black and blue football teams anyway. Steelers love to run the ball. Ravens love to run the ball. Bengals not so much. But the main two threats in the AFC North run the ball with Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren. So why not go get you a safety that's going to come down and is not afraid to tackle? So it's a great pick to add to that defense. I'm still mad about the Bears and Logan Jones, but shout out to both teams. And with that being said, we have 5 picks left on the clock. The Texans are back on the clock. The Texans should just be worried about O-line. I think now is the time for Dennings to come off the board here for the Texans. This is a good time to get a tackle, try to help add to that O-line of the Texans. Man, I'm so flustered, man, behind this Logan Jones BS. I thought we could get Logan Jones. I said it earlier in the show, man. Logan Jones at 115. I thought we could get him late. And he goes in the second round. I'm hot behind that one, bro. I can't hold you. I can't lie to you, man. I can't tell a lie. I'm so mad behind that one. But the Texans pick is in. And with the 59th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Houston Texans are selecting. I was a little early. I thought that was one of the times I panicked. I thought I was a little late, but I'm a little early. I got to talk to my boy about this. This is terrible. This Logan Jones pissed me off. The Houston Texans select, I think this is Dunnings. I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be Dunnings. God dang. Nope, they go Marlon Klein, tight end, Michigan. And I ain't going to lie. I don't remember this guy at Michigan. I don't. Not even going to lie to you. I'm assuming this is a blocking tight end. Again, I'll look up his stats to make sure I'm not tripping, but I don't really remember this guy like that. He only had 248 yards on 24 catches, so I can see why I don't really remember this guy. And the Bears trade out to the Titans. I figured they were going to trade the second one, and he had 1 touchdown. So not too much on this guy. I think he's primarily a blocking tight end if I had to guess with these numbers. But shout out to the Texans. They already have Dalton Schultz, so he's not going to be tight end 1 right away. Let's see. Yeah, because they had receiving. They had Andrew Marsh, Donovan McClain. Marlon Klein was 3rd on the team in receiving yards. That just shows how bad Bryce Underwood was. But shout out to him. I watched a lot of Big Ten football. I don't really remember him, but shout out to him. Not afraid to say that I don't really know much about a guy when he comes up, and that's one of the guys. But the Bears, I got to find 2 trades because there was 2 trades. But the Bears trade to the Titans. I'm going to call my boy after I get off the stream because I'm pissed. So the Titans on the line. No. Titans are on the board at 60. And while we wait for them, I will look for these trades. All right, so the Titans trade pick 69 and 144 to move up to get pick 60 from the Bears. So the Bears is basically traded back and get an extra 3rd-round pick. The Browns traded up at 58 and received pick 152 from the 49ers. The 49ers received picks 70 and 107. So the 49ers are just stockpiling late-round picks. So those are the 2 trades that I missed. The 49ers get another 3rd-round pick, and the Bears get another 3rd-round pick. And the Bears get an early 3rd-round pick for pick 60. The 49ers get pick 70. But I'm so hot behind this Logan Jones. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm so hot behind this Logan Jones thing. Let me check my banners to make sure I got the last 4. No, I don't. I got the Titans, Rams. Who come after the Rams? Because I know Broncos, Chargers. Got changed. 3 more banners for the rest of the show. Broncos, Chargers. I did not spell it. I did the S, did not take. And the Seahawks. Chargers might go O-line here for some depth. Where did the Chargers go last night? Chargers went O-line yesterday, right? Chargers yesterday, I believe they went O-line. And then we'll talk about the Titans so far, what they've done. The Chargers yesterday went Akeem Mesidor, they went edge. Oh my God, the Tigers gave up another homer. We're up 3-5, bottom of the 6. Because we're on the road, right? Yeah, Tigers on the road. All right, so back to the Titans. Titans are now back on the clock. And I just realized this whole time, I'd have made this banner and never put it up. Because I'm not doing the whole day, too. I just want to do the second round. It's already almost 9 o'clock. Did 3 hours yesterday. We had 2 hours a day. That's 5 hours of podcasting. I'm chilling after this. But the Titans, so far, they selected Cardinal Tate with the 4th overall pick. Then they jumped back in the early in the first round, and they got no, they didn't. I'm thinking of the Jets. No, they did, and they got Keldrick Falk. They jumped back in at 31 and got Keldrick Falk with the Bills. So now they trade up to 60 to let's see what the Titans do here. I think the Titans are pretty satisfied with the running backs they have at this point. Jeremiah Love, they wouldn't have messed up on, but I mean the Cardinals stole him. Let's see. Kev says the Eagles basically drafted the nation's top wide receiver and tight end award winners. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Eli Stowers is nice. That's why I think you're gonna like it. It's just like you said, it was not what you wanted, but I think bro, it's gonna be nice. He won the John Mackey, which I don't remember that he won it, but shout out to him. He deserved the John Mackey 100%. The Titans, let's see where they go. I don't know. I was kind of thinking cornerback. I just don't know who. I don't think they're taking Jamal McCoy. I think teams are scared of Jamal McCoy. But the pick is in, and the 60th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. And Anthony Hill Jr. is about off the board. And I like that he went to the Titans. Again, guy who can do both. He can pass. He's good in pass coverage, good against the run. Man, he can take on blockers. He can shadow them. He's another guy who has a nose for the football. Anthony Hill Jr. is a great pick here. Great pick to help this defense. And guess who is the head coach? Robert Saleh. He about to turn him up. This could be Saleh's, and I'm not saying he's going to be as good as this player, but he's going to be Saleh's Fred Warner. Dog, this is a great pick. It's a great pick right here. Saleh going to turn him up. I love this pick for the Titans with Robert Saleh as the head coach. I think this is tough. What? Oh, they showing the Rams. Like, hold on. When did Julian Watson go to the Titans? But they already showing the Rams because the Rams on the clock. But with that being said, love the pick. I talked about him a lot earlier. If you haven't heard it, I'll do it again. Like I said, good against the run, good against the pass, has a nose for the football. I believe he had 3.5 sacks or something like that this past season. I feel like you can blitz him. But I think he's smart. I think he's a smart football player as well. I think he diagnosed plays really well. I love this Anthony Hill. And I think that he's sideline guy as well. I think Robert Saleh is going to turn him up. But we got the Rams on the clock at 61, who went Ty Simpson in the first round and shocked the world. Rams fans are probably still processing that pick. But I will say this. I do trust the Rams as an organization at drafting. So maybe it'll all work out. Is that Torrey Holt walking to the stage? I can't really see. I can't really get a look at who it was, and his hat low as a mug, so I definitely can't tell who it is. But with the 61st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, it's Tavon Austin. The Los Angeles Rams select Max Clare, tight end, Ohio State. I almost said Purdue because he transferred from Purdue. But again, the Rams draft another backup because Terrence Ferguson, I believe, is the guy that they want to start at tight end. But I can see them going 2 tight end sets with Kyron Williams in that backfield and probably Puka and Devontae on the outsides. I thought maybe receiver depth here, but maybe they like Kanata Munfield, who made some plays, 7th round pick out of Pitt, who I like at Pitt. Max Clare, I think he can do both. I think he can run block and he can catch passes. Now he got most of his production at Purdue, and he kind of had a down year at Ohio State in terms of production in the passing game. But he's a big body who could box out people. I think he's going to be kind of a tough matchup for linebackers because of how big as he is, and safeties. But corners can stick with him, but he's so big as well. I think he could be kind of a mismatch working that middle, sitting in the middle, taking hard catches, getting first downs. So we have another trade. The Denver Broncos don't want to draft this year. They trade their pick to the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills are now on the clock. But that is, I think he could fight for tight end 1 against Terrence Ferguson. I think Kobe's also still there. But to me, I think he's a backup. He's tight end 2 behind Terrence Ferguson, who they drafted last year. But the Bills are on the clock. The Broncos traded back with the Bills. I'll try to go find the details of that pick. Oh, there's more than. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, I'm on the Titans, not rounds. Okay, cool. We have 3 more picks left in the second round. Now, I'm going to go try to find this trade with Adam Schefter. All right, the Bills traded up to pick 62 with the Broncos. The Broncos received pick 66 and 182. So they get the second pick in the third round and pick 182, which I believe is a 5th, maybe a 6th round pick. The Bills. What has the Bills done? They got TJ Parker. That's their only pick so far, which is a great edge pick. Where do the Bills go here? Do the Bills take Jamal McCoy? The Bills are known to take guys that not necessarily. I don't want to say not known because they took Maxwell Harrison in the first round last year, which I mocked. But they've also taken guys like Dorian Strong, who had a solid season. They've taken guys like Christian Bedford, who's been a really good corner for them, a 6th round pick, I think, out of Villanova. So they got guys later on. Terrence Johnson out of Weber State. They will take guys, which now he's on the Raiders. But I think the Bills could go receiver here because there's still some solid receivers. Chris Brazell, Chris Bell, Jacoby Lane are still all on the board. They could go cornerback here, Jamal McCoy, and just, deal with whatever injury and, wait it out. They could go, let's see, Zachariah Branch to give them some speed, but they already got Khalil Shakur, so I don't see that. They could go Keontae Scott. They lost their nickel corner and Taron Johnson, and Keontae Scott, I think, would be a good replacement here. So I could see Keontae Scott coming off the board here. Yeah, I'm going to roll with Keontae Scott here. I'm going to roll with Keontae Scott going to the Bills here. I do like that. If not Keontae Scott, then Chris Brazell, and that would piss me off. Chris Brazell here would definitely piss me off as a Ravens fan. But those are my 2 picks, either Chris Brazell or Keontae Scott. And we're going to have a commercial. So we're going to take a wild commercial again. Appreciate everybody that's sticking with me. Appreciate everybody that tuned in and left, or whatever the case may be. I just appreciate anything that happened. Let me know in the comments, man. Do you like who your team picked? Have your team picked already? Are you a Broncos fan? Are you sick that the Broncos have yet to pick and it's been a day and a half in terms of drafts? Because the second day is only second and third round. They won't pick in the second round. That's why I say a half. And they didn't pick in the first round because the Jalen Waddle trade. So essentially, Jalen Waddle was their first round pick. Yeah, do you like your pick? Do you not like your pick? Great so far. Let me know something. But this has been fun. The second round is almost over. I'm so serious. When I get off this live, I am calling Luke immediately, and I'm going to be so mad. And it's going to be, I'm going to ask him if nephew around first, but it's going to be a lot of cursing words and said sentence I'm going to say to my dog. But shout out to him either way. Yeah, let me know. Let me know something. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely help the channel. We are, from what I see, 29 subs away from 200 subscribers, which I appreciate every last one of the 171 and newer ones to come aboard. This is going to be my last episode with the NFL draft. Then next we will probably pivot to some college basketball. I might talk about the transfer portal. Shout out Tomo. He said, I'm loving the Cowboys offseason. Hey, I would love it too if I'm a Cowboys fan. He gave them an A- so far. I'm not mad at that. And y'all have a pick today, don't y'all? Let me look at the third round. I believe y'all have a pick today. Y'all have the 28th pick in the 3rd round. That's it. Okay, solid. The Bills pick is in, and with the 61st pick in the 2026 NFL, Davidson Igbinosun. Now, Davidson Igbinosun, I believe he's 6'2" or 6 feet. He's a taller corner. Yeah, he's 6'2". 6'2", taller corner. He can press you at the line of scrimmage. He's been Ohio State's best cover corner for the last 2 years. Very good at man-to-man coverage. Can be handsy from what I've seen. He can definitely be handsy. He's a great man corner, and he has solid ball skills. He's just a lockdown corner at Ohio State. Now, some people might have trust issues with Ohio State corners. Bradley Roby was solid, didn't live up to the first round pick, in my opinion. But you got Marcus Lattimore, who had a great career with the Saints, did the Commanders dirty. Damon Arnett, he had some issues. I believe he went to Ohio State. I'm thinking of it. I'm missing one more. I can't think of him right now. No. Yeah, Eli Apple, Ohio State guy, was a cornerback, in my opinion, who was in the right place a ton of times, just could not make a play on the ball. So some people might have some regrets or some cautiousness with Ohio State corner, but he's been Ohio State's best cover corner for the past couple of years. Great man coverage, can bump and run. Like I said, a little handsy, but you'll take that. You can teach that away. But I think that's a great pick for the Bills, who, again, dealing with injuries at cornerback. Trey White is old. Maxwell Harrison was dealing with injuries. Christian Benford been dealing with injuries. You lose Tyron Johnson. I thought that's why they might go Keontae Scott to get a nickel, but I think that's a great pick for the Bills. And now the Chargers are on the clock. And the Chargers went Akeem Mesidor yesterday on the edge, which I think that's a good pick because Khalil Mack, like Kev brought up, is on his way out the door. You could go O-line here. Dennings would be good for depth. He can learn with Joe Alt and guys like that. He's also a good run blocker being at Iowa. Is the pick in already? That was kind of fast. I don't know if they can move Dennings to inside to guard, maybe, perhaps, but I think Dennings is the pick here. You build some depth because the Chargers O-line was banged up, like brutally. So if you can come and bring another guy who can add depth to the O-line that you could trust with Justin Herbert back there, I think that's a great pick here. No, the pick is not in yet. They are showing the Chargers draft room. But yeah, I like the Iowa tackle, Dennings here. I keep saying Jennings Dunker. I don't know. I keep confusing his name. But we're going to see somebody walking out. Yeah, somebody's walking out to the podium. We have 2 picks. Well, no, 1 pick left after this. 2 picks, including this, 1 pick after this. So the stream is almost over. And that's good because I need to down this water bottle once I'm done. Oh, they got Sean Merriman announcing the pick. Shout out Sean Merriman. He was just on the Raw Room. Shout out the Raw Room. I watch that podcast a lot. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? They mess with CTC because they do college content. But shout out Sean Merriman, a.k.a. Lights Out. I forgot he went to Douglas High School, which is like 15, 20 minutes from here. And he got his name Lights Out because he put out 4 people in one game. Did not know that. But the Chargers, the 61st pick in the 2020 NFL draft, they do go lineman. They do take up my backup center, Jake Slaughter, center out of Florida. Oh, my God. I didn't know we had to go center so early. Why is people taking center so early, man? He's another really good run-blocking center. I think that's more so maybe his strong suit. But, man. Oh, yeah, Sean Merriman did go to Maryland. Boo. But I'm booing this pick, too. Because the Ravens need a center. We lost Tyler Linderbaum. And centers are going off the board earlier than I thought. And it's making me mad, bro. I'm so sick because we need one. And this is a solid pick for the Florida Gators. He's a good pass blocker. But I think he might be a better run blocker. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. But, excuse me. It's a good pick. And it helps, like I said, build that O-line, which was so injury prone. And we move to the last pick. I'll put it up here. Of the second round, the Seattle Seahawks, who went Jadrian Price like I predicted in the first round. Second round, could this finally be for Jamal McCoy? You lose Rick Woolen. It's late in the second round. He's still there. You know the talent if he's healthy. The first round pick, Will Johnson win the second round. I think there's got to be Jamal McCoy here. I think so. You got Devin Witherspoon. You can move him outside. You can move him in the slot. They like Jackson Jobe. Maybe they get Keontae Scott, move Devin Witherspoon outside, but Devin Witherspoon just affects the game so much in the slot position, blitzing off the edge. He's definitely not afraid to get his nose dirty in the run, and he's a great cover guy. So I think this could finally be Jermon McCoy. They got a great O-line. They believe in Sam Darnold, so they're not going quarterback. They got Zach Charbonnet and Jadrian Price. So I think offense, they're set. Maybe get a receiver, but they love JSN. And I think Cooper Kupp complimented JSN so well. And then they got guys like Torrey Horton out of Colorado State, which I love that he got to play and get some good bump. They got AJ Barner and Carlos Arroyo. Shout out to Pistons. Shout out backup point guard. Elijah Arroyo from Miami University. So I think offensively, they're good. I think defensively, they had a great defense as well, but they did lose some guys. So you lost Kobe Bryant. He went to the Bears. You lost Rick Woolen. He went to the Eagles. So I could see maybe a Malik Muhammad. I could see maybe a Jamal McCoy. I could see maybe a AJ Halsey. I could see maybe even a Bud Clark from TCU, one of my guys. So I think this is a secondary right here. Mike McDonald, defensive head coach. You want to cater to your defensive head coach? I think they go, I don't know the GM's name. That's why I didn't say his name. But I think they go secondary here. I think they go secondary to end the second round. Before they make their pick, I would like to say that we also have multiple shows on the network. We have the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. They go live every Monday through Thursday between 7 and 8:30. So make sure you check them out. We have Unfazed, who went live yesterday. Today's Friday. They went live Wednesday. I don't know what time they went live because I called Joe about something and they were already live. I think they went live around like 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. But make sure you subscribe. I'm subscribed. I don't know why I didn't get a notification. I normally do, but they went live Wednesday. BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Yankees swept the Red Sox. My Tigers are up 5-3. Make sure you check him out. Football with Coach Coombs, rebranded his show, who was on the show yesterday. We have Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sport. We have, I can't remember when he went live. We went RBO Vaughn, Real Ballers Only, featuring Vaughn, him and my Magic, his Magic, my Pistons are in a battle right now, tied 1-1. We play again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We actually, I think, have a live show on the main show tomorrow about the playoffs. Zero Sports Talk with Griffey, AJ's Birds, and In the Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. Boxing episode for all your boxing needs. So those are all the shows on the channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you stick with us if you like what you're listening to. But with the last pick in the second, that's not what I meant to pick. With the last pick in the it's my boy in the last pick, the 2026 and the second round NFL draft. The Seahawks select Bud Clark, safety out of TCU. I told AJ he's one of my sleepers in this draft class. Bud Clark is not afraid to come up and hit you, but he also is very good in coverage. I don't know if I would put him in the nickel per se, but he could play in the box. He could rover. I think he's very versatile in that aspect. Bud Clark is a great pick. And I think that Mike McDonald is going to love Bud Clark. I told y'all about the Nick Amawori last year. I had him as the number one safety last season in the rookie class. I don't have Bud Clark as my number one safety, obviously. It's Caleb Downs. I think Caleb Downs is the best player in the draft. But I think Bud Clark, what he does, the Seahawks, I think that name is going to blow up, man. I think that name is going to blow up. I love that pick, man. Bud Clark to the Seattle Seahawks is a great pick, in my opinion. But with that being said, I am signing off. About to enjoy the rest of this draft. I'm going to watch it on my phone, watch the playoffs on my TV. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate everybody that stick with me. But that's all I got for y'all today. And I'm gone.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.